Say hello to the internet then. Hello, internet.
Hello there.
Hello, internet.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for another session of Drannor as we delve into the first of the ruins that we discover here within this ancient city of Song, long fallen. Glitter Gold Jewels was run by a group of gnomes, a family of gnomes, during the height of Drannor. And although they started out as a jewellery shop, they expanded into other interests. They eventually becoming one of the larger distributors, warehouses, I suppose, of fine goods, both magical and mundane, within the city of Drannor. The business history of this building doesn't really interest us too much. We're here on some fairly inconsequential quests, just getting some things for some of the elves that we met. By recollection, we want a psychic gem or a psi crystal, yeah, and some cloaks of billowing and a figurine of wondrous power.
But not a fly?
But not a fly, please. Yeah, not cool. Something with a bit of pizzazz, like a lion or two. Drannor, of course, is stuck within its own stasis. Plants regenerate. Grass only grows to a certain height. The temperature is always particular. It's always particular rank, and the weather is always bright and sunny and cool and pleasant. But it's a demon-haunted ruin, rife with monsters, dragons, devils, and perhaps the most dangerous of all the predators, other adventurers who come here trying to make their fortune the same as we are doing. We've come to Glitter Gold Jewels, and I can just recap some of the things that we've seen. I'm going to save this. We first arrived to find a perfect garden of daisies and petunias growing around a path that used to be covered in bronze, but previous looters have come along and stripped that bronze and taken it back to sell it in the cities of Sembia and Cormia and so on. We went past this beautiful garden of flowers and came to a huge pile of corpses. They were wearing chain shirts that nobody had bothered stripping off, and they had these faded blue artistic tattoos across their arms and their chests and other parts of their bodies that, looked like they'd been tattooed with blue ink. These kobolds had died in a myriad of violent ways, crushed by sonic force, slashed to pieces, hacked, electrocuted, stabbed right through. Curiously, a lot of these kobolds were carrying globes of concentrated acid that they would put into their slings and later launch at us. We collected a fair bit of this acid and noted how beautiful their armor was, armor that hasn't rusted in centuries, but we had other things to do, and so we left these kobold corpses behind. Soon enough, we entered the building, where we discovered the kobolds had laid an ambush, but not for us. They'd laid an ambush in the opposite direction, setting up a net that had been doused with some toxins made in the form of flowers, a couple of pit traps filled with snakes that we inadvertently found, and these kobolds were masters of blue fire. They were unleashing burning hands upon us and fire bolts, and eventually some good old-fashioned fireballs, though they weren't blue for the record. They were a regular orange color. But these kobolds seem to have no shortage of literal firepower, which they unleashed upon us with reckless abandon and uncategoristic bravery, not normal for the kobold species. Here we found more corpses. These ones were burning, and after we had bypassed the dangers, we find ourselves now in a secure location. Having remained down here, I believe, for only 10 or 15 minutes. I don't think we spent much time down here yet. Not long enough to have a short rest, by my recollection. I might be wrong though. I know that we did kill one of the kobolds that came down to have a look and see what's going on. It didn't let them get away, I don't believe. And we infiltrated the upstairs very briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Upstairs is an open plan building, an open plan area, roughly in the shape of a crucifix with 4 large sectors in the corners. You'll understand more when we get up there. It's not a great description. One of the first things you noticed when you got up to the top of the stairs were several kobold corpses, a reoccurring theme, it would seem, within this particular complex. Those corpses were being devoured by countless crabs. Must be like a dozen of them or more. Big crabs the size of a dinner plate. And they were just pecking, ripping away at the kobold flesh. Apparently happy to feed. We didn't get much of a look around beyond that, though. When I take you back upstairs, you might get a better feel for what's going on.
Carrick did see the magical barrier because he followed the bloody footprints of the humans.
That he did,
or the
that's right.
humanoid party.
And there were some visible wards glowing on the floor.
Yep.
Inside one of the buildings, which I think was marked glitter gold jewels or Carl's gemstones, something like that.
If he made it back, then we're 31 minutes out of combat for time. Which I wanted to try to ritual cast the 2 mithril spells that I have again, because you never know.
Yeah.
They only last an hour, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
We can go into the back of the room to do that before we head up. That way we have cover, if necessary.
Makes sense.
And then I'll watch the stairs in case they come down.
Yeah, I'll guard the other side of the stairs.
I guess that'll have me going up to the top then.
I might as well join you.
Yeah, cool. And as you'll probably recall, these are balconies here, and it'll give you a commanding view of what's going on down below.
Yeah.
Can we view our surroundings from while ritual casting? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can walk and talk and stuff.
Okay. Then yeah. So I'm gonna spend the first 10 minutes casting one of them and then the other. I think I'm going to be actually casting Harness Mythal and first, and then Bypass Mythal second. So I'll have 50 minutes left on Harness Mythal when I'm done.
I'll wait for you to finish your first ritual casting, and then I'll just cast Bypass Mythal.
Yeah.
Be good.
So that means we're taking a short rest, right? Presuming we don't get interrupted.
It's an hour.
I think so.
Right?
All right, then Dahlia, roll a d12.
Right.
Devi, roll a d12. And Raz a d12. All right, 30 minutes.
5, 4, 3.
That's right, 5, 4, 3. Obviously don't want those the next two rolls to be done then. 30 minutes have passed, and you hear screeches outside. You hear considerable violence. Just one moment.
So where's like the spell book, like in the big list of like compendium stuff?
Thanks. In the compendium, is it not in there?
I mean, it is. I'm just wondering because I keep going past. I must keep like skipping it.
I don't understand.
I'm just missing it, like because I can't.
Missing what?
The guide to the mythal book.
Oh, right. Yeah, cool. I'll share it with you. I've got it here.
Yeah, because I'm just looking through the list and I just keep missing. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So 30 minutes passes and you hear many screeches and screams and squalls. A lot of violence going on outside. Not much upstairs. It's pretty subdued upstairs, but there's a lot happening outside. At one stage, a giant gorilla runs straight past the mouth of the building that we're in, but doesn't actually look in. It's obviously got some other objective. 30 minutes have passed. Your rituals are complete. Your short rest rather, is done.
I'll spend like one hit
Yeah.
dice then, I guess.
Yeah, no worries.
Actually, probably roll more than that. That's good.
Do we have any items that require recharging, like staves, for example?
I have 2 staves, yeah, but they're both fully charged.
They're both fully charged, right?
Well, since we completed a short rest, we could head up right now, or we could take another 10 minutes, and that could give everybody their temp HP again. Depends whether we want that.
I'm fine with that.
I wouldn't mind temp HP, but
Yeah.
I'm always down for temp HP.
I have a wand of magic missiles, by the way. I was muted. That needs to recharge, but I haven't recharged it since the Manticore fight. 'Cause I forgot that I had it.
So you're not sure how many? Well, the Manticore fight. How long ago was that?
I
Oh, that wasn't that
believe
long ago.
that was 2 or 3 days.
Right. Did you use all of its charges, or
Yes, I expended them all.
All right. You discover that your wand is fully charged. It shouldn't
Dopamine.
be, but it is.
Okay, that's nifty, ain't it? All right.
So we're going to take
Would
an
any
extra
of
10 minutes,
us?
so we're going to head up now.
I think we're going to be taking the temp HP.
All right, that'll take another 10 minutes on top of what we've already spent.
Cool.
And if that concludes without incident, then 17 temp HP to everybody.
Well, let's find out if it does conclude without incident. We will get Nubble to roll a d12.
We'll do. How many people? How many targets can you select with it? 11. Double one.
6 friendly creatures, so I can get everybody, including your pet, I think.
Yeah, so that's why I was asking.
Okay, good.
There's nothing born from that 11, from what we can tell so far.
An 11 is perfectly fine, and the 10 minutes
Okay.
pass, the ritual is done, and we are ready for action.
We're ready as we'll ever be now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
Guess we
assuming
just head
Nubble,
up.
On the
Nubble came
staircase?
down. Nubble came
Sorry,
down and
Saga.
told us about the barrier.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I was too scared to like
The
touch it, so
spiral
I
staircase?
came back. No, the magic barrier. It's just up there. I can take you there if you want.
If you could.
So
Yep.
I'll lead them to. There's like crabs up there eating the bodies, but they shouldn't be any like problem.
Alright. So if you guys put yourselves on the staircase in the order that you're moving up, assuming that you are moving up as a unit, then I'll just copy and paste that straight onto the next map. Alright, I better get rid of the dead kobolds. I need to bring them with us.
I liked them.
That's fair.
No, we carry all the kobold corpses.
Yeah.
Gives us something to throw at the barrier.
Great idea.
Actually, not a bad idea. We can always grab one that's up there.
Okay.
That's what the
Think
crabs are
this-
for.
They might be. That might be what they were put here for in the first place.
There's some quirky divination wizard knew that kobolds would die here, so he just put the crabs here to eat them.
Huh. Okay, so I hope this works. You walk up the spiral staircase, and it seems to widen as you go up, to the point where when you reach the next level, Debbie, you and I think Tarnok will be able to see so many kobold corpses just lying in pools of their own blood, and you will hear the soft noises of contented crabs moving around. Maybe outside of your view, or maybe at the edge of it, I'm not sure.
No, I see a couple of them. They're down here.
You'll notice perhaps that this is vaguely cross-like, as I tried to explain before. It runs up and it runs left, with rooms in each of the corners. The crosses are the corridors or the halls, and the rooms are in the corners, left, right, down.
Nubble would remember the way from when he was up here, but we didn't have the map active then.
Good point. It went like this.
Okay, I guess I'll try to be quiet, not bother the crabs, just gesture with his hands for them to follow.
Sure, make a stealth roll or an animal handling as you try to be inoffensive to crustaceans.
$17.
17 should be enough.
Just Noble or everyone?
Now, everyone who, as you go past and try not, assuming that we do go as a group, yeah. All
I
right.
kind of
it's
just
quite
want to
clear-
scare him off.
It's
It's quite clear that our presence agitates the crabs, and they hold up their claws threateningly and move towards us aggressively.
You said they're the size of dinner plates?
That's right.
I'm just gonna kick
Can I
one across
toss
the room.
one of the sorry, go ahead.
So they just kick one across the room.
Yeah, sure. Roll for initiative.
I was gonna toss them a corpse, see if they can outbeat them.
They were already feeding on a corpse, and that didn't seem to be enough to distract them. So, it seems that the path that we've chosen was enough to annoy them. and Tarnok's boot certainly proved to be an agitation that they could not resist. All right, Neville. So when he goes to kick the crab, it latches around his ankle with its claw, and the rest of them militantly approach as well. These are beautiful crabs. They have shell the color of mother of pearl.
So
You
I'm
tell
just
us that
sat
these
here
are no
thinking,
ordinary
like,
crabs.
what's the catch? Like, do these crabs like explode? Or
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these aren't ordinary crabs.
I'll just send an arrow towards the one that's on his boot.
Sure.
Advantage, and I'll sharpshoot it.
Yeah, no worries.
The most skill ever put into shooting a crab.
Well, here's hoping that they don't explode.
Yeah.
24? I mean, well, 19.
Alright. You skewer the crustacean, and it is not apparently immune to arrows, unfortunately for the crab. The crab explodes in a rain of tender, undercooked meat.
I guess I'll get a second one if they haven't backed down at this point. I doubt they will, because they're sort of basically just animals.
Pretty much, and they're moving towards us, having been agitated by our presence for perhaps no other reason than the fact that we're here.
Yeah, 16 on the second one.
And another one of these crabs explodes in an undercooked rain of white flesh.
I like how it's undercooked and not raw.
Not raw, not quite raw. Debbie, so like there's all these.
Should be Tarnok next. He somehow has an
Alright.
18 and is going after me.
I don't know how that could have worked out. Like, I don't
Because
understand.
I rolled without hitting my token, so I had to roll on my token.
Gotcha.
And I changed it to what my
Right,
roll
that does
was.
make sense because I'm thinking like, how did it rearrange wrong? Anyway, and there we understand. That's good. So yeah, Tarnok, one comes towards you, you kick it away, it grabs you, it gets blasted. These crabs don't appear to be that dangerous, but they sure are pretty and aggressive.
Is there any more close to us? Are they all how many approximately are coming?
Half a dozen, not so many, and no, there's none next to you, but they'll cross this breach relatively quickly, if assuming that they keep doing so.
Pile of bodies and blood right here, right in the center.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and these are a couple more bodies that they were chewing on until we entered their comfort zone.
All right, I will move. I move to right there and hold my action.
Yeah. And Debbie, you
Attack.
enter the scene. Yep. So, Tarnok, sorry.
So holding an attack if one comes close.
Precisely. No worries at all. Debbie, you're going to be immune to these crabs, right? As far as you can tell, at least.
Like, it just double crits and does 1 damage, and all those Zentarum in the
Yeah.
afterlife are like, god damn it.
It's done something to announce our arrival, however. Though we were trying to be stealthy. We were trying to be subtle. Crabs aren't the best guard dogs, but they are. This scuffle might be enough to alert everyone else to our presence.
I think I found the catch.
For me personally, I think I'm just going to move past them
Oh,
and take the dodge action. And what is that? Is if it's not a token, then don't worry about it. It just looks like a token because it's round.
this thing up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's part of the map.
Okay, then don't worry about it.
It is in fact a table with some silk draped across it.
Gotcha. And actually, instead of dodging, I will ready my spear to like fend it off. It's hit it non-lethally.
Yeah, sounds good. The crabs move predictably towards us. Pretty fast, 30 feet, so they move at the same speed that a human might. Not bad for a crab, really. Puts two of them within Tarnok's reach.
Right.
And
Use
one
that
of them within
ready to
King's as well.
attack.
That's right, yeah.
Oof.
Oy.
That is a bit embarrassing.
This is why I kicked at the crab. I just don't like them. They just make me freaky.
Yeah.
Some people it's snakes, you it's a crab.
As they rush towards them, as the barbarians goes, you leave me.
Had to be crab.
D33. That's right. Roll a D33 to see how bad your super crit fail is. That's perfect. All right. So you slip off
Oh,
your
God.
ass, going prone, and in the process, crushing a crab to death.
Awesome. Nice.
All right. Debbie, you push one of the crabs away non-lethally, just trying to knock it on the shell or something. All it does is annoy it.
Knock it out.
All right. Yeah, Bam, you give a crab concussion. And that's the end of that. Dahlia, crabs. You came to Mitsuo, but you did not expect to find crabs.
No. Move up a bit. The one that's trying to pinch Tarnok, I'll try and make it explode in divine energy.
Yeah, sure.
Where is it? There we go.
And it is not consumed, badly scalded, microwaved, boiled, broiled, microwaved.
I wonder if like that does something to the crab. Like, does it like cook it? Like cooking it in like radiance?
Yeah, exactly. A microwave is the best example. Like you basically cook it from the inside out.
A delicious
Radiator.
smell fills the room.
It would. It would. Seafood. All right, Raz. Well, this is a delicious encounter.
Cast immolation one.
Yeah. So, does magic missile, if casting it at another level, can that missile go to a different enemy, or must they all hit the same one?
Different.
So if I upcast, for example, magic missile to level 2, I can hit one with one missile and then another with another?
Yeah, you can hit up to 4 different targets.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you do 3 missiles with one first level. You do 4 missiles with level 2, and those 4 can hit up to 4 different targets.
okay, so I'm going to be upcasting, which would make it equal, I guess. Or just expending one charge. Well, two charges, sorry.
Yeah, 1 charge for magic missile, 2 charges to make it second level. That'll be 4 darts.
Was that 4 charges that I had to?
No. One charge gives you 3
Oh,
missiles.
okay.
Every extra charge gives you an extra missile. So it's very inefficient, but it's good for getting the big numbers out quick.
Okay.
So that will be
So-
1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be a third level magic missile. Is that cool? 3 from the first, then 1 extra for each extra level.
Yeah, and I accidentally casted the 3rd time. Oh, the 4th
Yeah, I
time,
didn't
5th
think you
time.
meant-
But
Yeah, didn't think you meant that one. So okay, so which assume the first 4, but first 4 darts, where do they go to? One each, right?
yes.
Yeah, cool. I finally understand. Can't believe that. It took me so long to get a grip on. You don't manage to destroy any of them, even. Oh no, even the wounded one isn't completely destroyed. As you pump them through a little bit of spell energy, which I guess tells you at least roughly how dangerous these things are. The average mud crab wouldn't survive a magic missile. These are marginally tougher than those.
These are myth Drannor mud crabs.
That's right.
Yeah. The most dangerous subspecies of mud crab.
Could be. Total lack of mud makes it curious as to where they might be breeding. Anyway, you blast away at them, don't kill any of them, and drain some of the power from your wand.
And I guess that'll be my turn.
Very good, very good. Nooble.
Yes, I will move there, and then shoot 2 of them. That's near Devi.
Yeah.
So 19.
Right. Okay. I want to see the damage on that first one. I'm interested.
Okay, I will do the. I will infuse the strike. Why not?
All right. So is that 21 plus 12? Is that like 33? You reduce it to
Yeah.
negative 31.
Oh,
Mud.
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe that. If you vaporize it, it turns to mist. It becomes crab mist.
So you somehow hit it with an arrow, but leave like one of those like nuclear bomb shadows.
Whole mushroom cloud rises up 3 feet. And the second hit's obviously going to hit as well. And these crabs are no challenge for the Drake Seeker. He renames himself the Crab Seeker.
Crab Slayer. No, Crab Bane.
Here we go.
And our bonus action, so he'll. And then the Drake will fly over and bite one of them.
All right. The Drake does his part to stop the crustacean invasion. But really, he just wants lunch. 16 is going to be enough to crunch a crab.
Yeah, we have to push.
Hard shells, but not that hard.
We have to push back against the Crab Wave menace.
We do. It is and the whole scene is cleaned up before Tarnok can even pick himself up off his ass. Oh no, there's one. No, there is one crab left. Oh no, that was the crab that you saved. Doesn't really matter.
I'll go, but
I
like he probably can't even help, but he like offers his hand to try to help him stand up.
Yeah. Crab is
Rumble, take his hand, get up.
Are you okay? That there's a lot of blood in here. You must have slipped.
Yeah, must have slipped.
I think the magic runes were this way.
actually, I just noticed. I can see just the corner of whatever that is.
Right. Okay. So there's a bit of description probably before you go much further. First of all, as we know, we are following these footprints, and we expect to find a ward up in that direction. After our brief encounter with the crabs, we hear a shifting noise in the northeast, practically the opposite direction to where we're going. In that direction, it sounded like Imagine you had like a pile of coins, a massive pile, and you were like a dugong or a whale or some other big fish. The shark was lying upon them, and the shark just kind of rolled up. A small mountain of coins fall off the edge. To the north, you can smell alcohol. It's pretty strong. The chemical stench of spilled alcohol. Something's nice like whiskey, probably bourbon, scotch, something like that. An aromatic alcohol. And meanwhile, down here, Devi will catch out of the corner of their eye. That looks like a well-stocked store that's quite neat. There's no debris on the carpet. There's no damage apart from the structural damage. The walls are kind of broken, and there's glass panels that have shattered. But for the most part, it looks like a relatively neat bookstore. Shuffling around within the bookstore is a disembodied pair of hands and a glowing set of eyes. They appear to be arranging books.
You notice something?
Sounds spicy.
I'll kind of quietly point out the shop.
It is marked as the Artisan and Scrivener Workshop.
I'm gonna gently step over crab chunks.
Do you think we could find the psi crystal there?
I'm just getting a better look for right now.
The eyes look at you, and the hands hold themselves the way we might casually put our hands in our lap.
Which way did Devi go? Oh, God damn it, dog.
There
Oh,
are
okay.
more than one entity moving around within this store. You see a couple of shadowy figures that are picking up scrolls and moving them from one shelf to another. And watching silently is the corpse of an elf dressed in armor, bearing a sword. It has purple light glowing within its eyes, purple light glowing within the sword. The sword's tip is pointing into the ground, and the elf has the grip, the one hand over the pommel, one hand over the grip, the handle, the part that you hold. And so, yeah, you've got a pair of disembodied hands with a pair of eyes that are watching us, a couple of wispy, ethereal vestiges doing some work, some menial work, and what appears to be an undead security guard, a guy in armor who is just attentive, not saying anything, not giving any gestures.
Should we try to speak to the guy? Devi?
So basically, this looks like a shop that's run by like spirits or something. This is kind of what I'm getting.
I guess that's it. Yeah, a shop run by spirits.
I mean, if they're not hostile, like,
Does there seem to be any order to like their rearrangements?
Excellent order, immaculate, perfect librarian style order.
Oh, so it's not like just them randomly moving like parchments to like random other look. There does seem to be some sort of like order.
There does seem to be, yeah. Their movements may be unnecessary because the place is already immaculate, but they're working all the same.
Do you want to get a closer look?
the eyes were looking at me, right?
They are. They still are.
Can I wave a greeting like hi?
Sure, you wave. The hands make no response, nor do the eyes.
So he'll take a step closer to see if there's a reaction.
No reaction. You're approaching now the shattered glass that once made up the front door or front wall of this well-managed bookstore.
Is there like an obvious entrance? That's not like the
There
smashed
is
wall?
only the smashed wall. That looked like there was probably like a pair of glass doors at some stage, but the glass doors had been reduced to.
She's not quite sure how this magic works. He doesn't want to make it look like he's intruding through like the door, the wall instead of a window. I mean, instead of like going through the door.
Yeah, you look around, and this probably was the door, but the door was made of glass, which is a pretty amazing idea when you think of it. Who makes a door out of glass? Like even kings don't do that shit.
Do we want to try to talk to them? And what language did Drannorians speak?
Probably Elven. It's ultimately an Elven heritage city. Common would be outdated.
I'll try Elvis. I have coins if you're open.
We are open.
He like steps forward to see like, do they try to like stop him going, or can you just walk around?
We accept coins. The wispy figures retreat to the corners, as does the armed corpse. The hands and eyes remain exactly where they are.
Goodbye, shadow creatures.
You are welcome to peruse our extensive stocks, but if you steal anything, you will be instantly and irrevocably destroyed.
Got
Noted.
it. Shoplifting comes with disintegrate.
What kind of wares do they have?
Artists' books, art supplies mainly. There are paints here, and there are books for writing in, and quills, and all those things. But what they have of particular value is scrolls, a nearly unlimited amount of them. But yeah, if it's related to graphics or art, then you can probably find it here.
I'm gonna stand guard at the door, keeping an eye out. And
Right.
get shot.
A couple more crabs come out of this room over here, Tarnok, but they content themselves with grabbing chunks of meat and then retreating.
Tarnok's all going crabs. Why'd it have to be crabs?
Stupid crabs.
So yeah, I guess looking over what scrolls they have.
Pretty much everything, if it's an arcane scroll. They probably have other scrolls as well. I'll check that. Yeah, if it was printed in Drannor, it's available here. So every scroll of every school. If things like stuff you'll find in Acquisitions Incorporated or Wildermount, that won't be here. But apart from that, if it was available at the time, then there's copies.
I suppose if you're being a bit cheeky, you can look for something over 9th level.
There is nothing over 9th level.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot. Absolutely. Good call.
We don't have much coin on me. We left most of that at home, didn't we?
I guess since this is like an artsy place, is there any like fabrics here?
No, they direct you towards silk and satin, which is opposite on the other side of the staircase, northwest from here.
How much parchment and stuff is usually provided in a set of cartographer's tools?
Probably 50 pages, maybe.
Okay, so I won't need to restock yet.
Probably not. No.
And how are we to see the selection of scrolls?
I think it's pretty much
You
any
just
scroll.
browse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. If
And they're probably just
unless it's obscure.
on the shelves, I think.
Yeah. Say that again.
The scrolls themselves just be on the shelf, wouldn't they?
In those roller things, from the 1920s, those you
Like
roll
map
it and
cases?
it's like, I think so. Yeah. I think they're called roller decks. Used for indexing and stuff.
Oh, I see it. Like those little things that the people you put all the business cards in.
Exactly. Yeah. Roller decks. Yeah. And the scrolls are in there. Yeah.
And what are the rules with spell scrolls?
You can use them if they're on your spell list. You can cast Wish, for example, but there's a chance of failure.
And if it's of your level, there's no you can just cast it, right?
Yeah, and that's right. If you've already got the level, you can cast it even though you don't know the spell. Yeah, so you could take 100 scrolls of Burning Hands if you wanted.
And do they expend spell slots?
They do not. No, they do not. They just cash. You're effectively buying spell slots of a specific spell.
Okay.
So yeah, for example, you want to buy a third level fireball. It's going to cost you 170 spell pieces. You can buy 10 of them, and that way you can cast 10 fireballs consecutively. Bam, 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 bam. Cost $2,000 though.
Can non-spellcasters use scrolls?
They cannot know. There is a particular ability that the thief has, the rogue thief, but even normal rogues can't. Just the thief.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
That is why I'm standing guard.
Yes. Sure, I can read. I just don't want to.
I guess he tried to sound like conversational. So did I noticed there was a spot of bother outside?
Oh, the creature responds, and it responds telepathically in a way. It's not an audible sound, but it's a shared telepathy that booms through your head as if it was audible. Yeah, it's kind of unsettling. But he simply replies, "Oh."
I'm gonna assume that means he probably didn't notice, but I'll just ask anyway. So I'm just curious. Did you see what happened?
There was violence between humanoids and established kobolds.
I mean, well, that can't be good for business. Like, people brawling in the streets.
Well, business has been slow the past few centuries.
I mean, it's sure to pick up again in the next few. I assume.
What makes you sure?
I mean, I was talking to one of the elves, and they said that the city would get better again.
Oh.
Well, this has been fun. I'll go to that tailoring place you told me about.
Are you intending to spend more time in Drannor?
It's quite nice here. I mean, it's just that the fiends are a bit of a bother.
Do you know what I am?
Can I? Would it be Arcana?
I suppose it would be.
Could I make one from overhearing?
No advantage. So he's like, "Are you a zombie?"
No.
Would I be able to, or would we be able to take a whack at it?
Yeah, anyone who wants to can. Like, there's nothing stopping you from, having enough curiosity to.
No, it's not a zombie. It doesn't have a body. It has to be a ghost.
19.
The elves create liches just the same as everyone else.
Mm.
But what they do with them tends to be different. Whereas most humans who become liches do so for their own personal power. They don't want to die. 100 years isn't enough. Liches tend to do so out of a sense of great reluctance, not for their own personal power. In general, some of them do, but in general, they do it for a form of service. They essentially opt to become undead that they might be eternal guardians. I am a Baelnorn, he says, using the official name of these elven liches. I am attempting to contact other Baelnorns. I have a plan. Would you be my messenger?
It would be an honor to help one of the elven kind to pass their message along.
Take this. And he offers you a pearl that just seems to appear within the hand, disembodied as it is. Give it to the first Baelnorn you discover. Tell them it is a gift from Visentanius.
Going to delicately take it with both hands and place it in one of his pouches. One the safest one. You have my word. I will do so.
What is your mission?
It is to pass on this pole to the first elf lich we see, and to say it is a gift from Visentanius.
Baelnorn.
Baelnorn.
Will you be purchasing any art or scrivener supply?
Guess. I'm probably here for art, so I guess. Is there any art piece that catches my character's eye?
No, they don't sell art here. This is where you get art from, like Office Works. I don't know if you have that. Good.
Could I? How much would it cost to buy? How many fly scrolls could I purchase with a single, or with 500 gold?
He only has a single copy on hand, but they can make them up over the course. Basically, takes an hour for them to make more up, and they're happy to do it on commission.
How much is commission?
The same price. So a single scroll is 175 gold. They'll make you up more for every 175 gold you give them. It just takes them an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can get 2 by myself. Does anyone else want to buy any scrolls?
I only have 49 gold to my name, so I'm just gonna stand in the doorway outside the shop.
What level are we again?
12.
12.
We didn't bring a lot.
But you've got less than 50 gold pieces at level 12.
It's
all in
because
party
first level.
it's because we've all kind of pooled it into a community fund. We haven't really.
Actually, do they have any scrolls of haste?
They do, absolutely. They have 1 scroll of haste, and again, they can make 1 up per hour, but they can only work on 1 scroll at a time.
How much were they?
175 gold.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a scroll of haste and give it to Dahlia.
Brilliant.
Hey.
Question.
Have you ever seen that old episode of The Simpsons where Homer gives his wife a bowling ball? This is for you, Dahlia.
A gift.
Question. Can a sorcerer use their meta magics on a scroll?
I don't think so. No. You can. When you make the scroll, I think you can invest it like that. Maybe you can't. Maybe even rules is written.
Okay.
To that. So yeah.
Are you asking if you can twin haste with a scroll and meta magic?
Yeah, and it's a good question. And I think the answer is no.
You know, I should really zoom out more. What is this? That looks like a not good.
I'm not seeing. Look, what are you? Where down there?
Bottom of the
Alright.
map.
So these appear to be restrooms, public privies. In fact, they are marked out in multiple different languages. Elven is the only one that's consistent. The Dwarven's probably consistent as well, but certainly the human language has changed over time. These are public privies rather, and curled up within the toilet is a massive maggot. It's huge. It's enormous. This maggot that probably weighs 500 pounds is curled up, curl, almost like a nautilus seashell in a spiral. And it appears to be perfectly content, sitting in its own muck, its own mucus. There is slime all around and hanging off the roof and the walls and everything. And yeah, tucked tightly into this toilet is a giant maggot.
Oh, I mean, that's an efficient way to take care of the plumbing. I mean,
Yeah,
They're
I
very
definitely don't
yucky.
have to go to the bathroom.
According to Jeremy Crawford, a magic item's description says you can cast a spell. You can use meta magic on that spell.
It
So
does, right?
there's
Okay,
scroll.
cool. Well, scrolls are magic items, so
Mm.
in that case, meta magic seems like it can work.
oh, that's just broken.
So what do we got
So
across
before you go
the
in
here?
that room, yeah, good question. What have we got here?
Let's take a peek. I'm still outside, but the particular square just has me over the line.
Sure. So this room is messy and it's pungent. It's got a really strong seafood smell. It smells of salt water and of shellfish. There are a bunch of large crabs skittering around, as we know, the opal mother of pearl coloured shells reflecting in the light. And they are quite happy as they eat large chunks of cobalt. And crabs are quite dainty eaters. They move relatively slowly with small pieces. It takes them a long time to do their thing. They get pretty agitated as we begin to approach, but because they are behind a shop counter, they're out of sight of us enough, and where that they're able to focus on what they're doing. It's a pretty disgusting room. There's a lot of chunks of dead kobold. There's a whole bunch of crabs that have died over the years, discarded shells, entire carapaces that are still rotting in before our very eyes. Um, yeah, and that's what you can see, but you can't quite see everything behind the shop front, behind the desk where the crabs are. But you get a pretty good feel for the room just standing at the edge. It smells awful, and it is filled with grime and slime.
I guess this is the shop the Lich was talking about.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of degraded at that point. Like it's not actually. I don't think any of the cloth would be worth anything at this point.
So if I have a quick look, and is anything like still intact?
The shop is called Seafood Delights,
Oh,
and there is stuff that is intact. The sort of tools that you might need to process seafood, hooks and salt and knives and shell crunchers like nutcrackers, pots, gas stoves, things like that.
Okay, I thought for some reason I thought this was the clothes shop he was talking about. That's around the corner, I'm pretty sure. So I'm guessing these things just came from like the the fish tank they probably have in the back. But can I try?
That's a valid question, and there are no fish tanks that you can see at least. So there's no sign of where they might store their crabs or why they would still be here 700 years after the city fell.
Can I do some sort of like nature check on them to see if I know anything about like this type of crab?
Yeah, sure. You have a disadvantage because they're not native to the region.
I'll do the guidance. Six.
Yeah, you've never heard of a mother of pearl crab before, and like these shells are beautiful. They'd be worth a lot. So it's kind of unusual that you've never heard of them. Because they should be in every market in every city.
I guess I'll pick one of the more intact corpses up and just shell it so I can keep the shell.
It's gross, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I'm probably going to ask someone more knowledgeable about this later on.
Sure, you have gross, rotten, opal shell, something like that.
Do we want to do that with all of them that we've killed?
No,
No.
I don't think there's enough shell left on some of them.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy 2 fly scrolls. Have we already waited the hour, or
No.
we just come back?
We'll just come back.
All right.
I mean, hopefully we can find that clothing shop the guy talked about.
I thought he said it was across the way, or did I probably just completely misheard.
I think on the other side of the staircase or something like that.
Oh, gotcha. I'm gonna take a peek down here real quick.
All right.
Careful
That
for
appears
that
to
magnet.
be a shoe store. There are thousands of mismatched shoes just piled here, like thousands of shoes. The floor is covered in shoes, different sizes, shapes, and varieties. If you wanted to go mining shoes, this would be the very best place you could do it.
Is there a chance that any of them could be magic items?
Possibly.
And since divination
what do
doesn't
you
work
guys
here, we'd never know.
We'd never know.
Do we want to get attacked by a shoe troll? I'd laugh as the second we stepped in, just like a lot of like goblins with shoes on their ears just jumped out.
Just a bunch of animated stilettos.
Yeah.
Dude, stilettos hurt, man.
Stilettos
Yeah.
with bat wings.
Unless I like that. It's kind of sexy.
Next group that comes through Mithril.
Yeah. Do we want to look through here?
Nah, I mean, we don't need any fancy boots, do we?
Does it look like
No,
people have
no.
been through here at all in the past like 700 years?
Yeah, they probably they're the people who made the mess. Like the shoes were probably once upon the shelves, and everyone's like, "Oh, here's a boot. Okay, here's another boot. I might have another look at something like that." Yeah.
So I suppose because if it looks too orderly, like there's been too many people through here that at this point it's not a trap. Like if it looks too nice.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If things aren't all messed up, then they clearly have a lich watching over you.
Because let's say like we came here and the lich was like on his lunch break or something, and we just saw like perfect store with every spell scroll you could ever imagine. Like that's too good to be true.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I kind of want to poke the larvae.
That sounds like a shitty idea.
I want to. Can I, in passing, ask if what the larvae are from these guys?
The lich doesn't address you if you're outside in the corridor.
I'm walking in.
You walk in and you ask about the larvae, and he believes that they are a dungeon arthropod that specializes in the consumption of waste.
Oh, like basically a free janitorial service.
Mm-hmm.
He
Nice.
doesn't really agree with the reference, but he doesn't openly disagree.
It's an interesting way to do indoor plumbing. There's
Yeah.
light coming out of that room.
There is light coming out of that room. Yeah,
Oh,
that room's illuminated.
I think that's those are the runes.
Are we ignoring the jingling change sound we heard from the northeast?
I think we shouldn't.
Could be another
We're starting
shopkeeper.
we're starting to walk west, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
All right,
following
let's-
Debbie.
Debbie's player has ADD, so someone else may be better about that.
Don't be the
Probably
tank
slow
next
down
time.
too, because the more you explore, the less I get to explain, and the more you miss as a result. So, like, I don't mind if you keep wandering around, but then you'll be like, well, why didn't you tell us about this? Oh, well, because you walk straight past it.
But brain go, ooh, what's that?
Yeah. It's up to you. It's certainly entirely up to you.
No, that's fine. I'll try to slow my roll a little bit.
Yeah. This is silk and satin. The store has rolls of fine cloth, a wide variety of underwear, cloaks, and robes. It appears to be untended, but also quite neat. Maybe not immaculate, but at least in good order.
If we're going to
It is
find
cold
clocks,
in there. It feels unnaturally cold.
this is where we would find cloaks of billowing, probably.
Yeah, and do you remember what I said about shops that looked too clean?
Yeah.
Was do we let, if there's a shopkeeper, do we let ourselves be known?
Debbie will take one step into the store.
It's supernaturally cold. Roll a Constitution save. Yeah, you're fine, though you feel the negative energy eating away at your organic matter. You recognize necrotic energy when you feel it.
Can I make a greeting in each of the languages I know?
Sure. What do you start
That's
with?
common,
No.
elvish.
All right. And you're outside right now?
Yes.
No.
I will say a greeting in Dwarvish.
It will answer back an elven accent, polite and erudite. But answers back in Dwarven. Welcome to Silk and Satin.
Thank you. Is there? It's a bit chilly in here. Is there a way to turn that down, or I guess up, or?
I am afraid not. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Can you change what you are?
You take 2 points of necrotic damage. Is there anything I can help you with?
We were looking to browse your wares, but that doesn't seem to be an option right now.
I am sorry if we have disappointed you.
I will step back out.
Narrowly avoiding more of the necrotic energy eating.
Do we just want to step in and be like, "Got any cloaks of billowing?" And then like step out.
That's what I was thinking. I was just mulling
Yeah.
that over.
Then someone with a better con save, go for it.
I have terrible con.
Do they actually
I
have
will.
any clothing in there? Was just bolts of cloth?
No, lots of there's underwear and cloaks and robes and socks. Yeah, there is a lot of clothing in there, but it's predominantly just bolts of silk and satin.
All right, I'm going to take a step. I'm going to take a step in and ask if he's got any cloaks of billowing. I do
Make
speak
a
Dwarven.
Constitution saving throw. You take 5 points of necrotic damage, and the elven voice replies in Dwarven, "Yes, we do. We do sell cloaks of billowing. They are 250 pieces of standard weight gold.
All right,
I
I'm gonna
have
step back
150
out.
on me.
I have enough. I still have 1,800 gold.
What's your con save? 8? Oh yeah, you had the best. I think.
Yeah, mine's a 2.
I'm a 5. Why is yours so low?
I don't have proficiency.
Uh,
Sorcerers get proficiency, and I guess barbarians do too. I get strength and con.
hmm.
I'm
The
very
Wasn't
curious.
sure if
where
con.
it
That's
just
right. You don't get dex. You just get advantage on dex. That's right.
where is it? Can we see this guy?
No, it's a disembodied voice, and it's melodious. It's really hauntingly beautiful, like a singer. Welcome to Silk and Saturn.
All right, I'm gonna can ask from outside. I mean, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna buy, or what are we doing?
I'm fine with buying. Can you speak Sylvan? Not Sylvan. Elvish.
I speak Sylvan and Dwarvish.
Okay.
Oh, so
Um,
did they have the cloaks? I was distracted by this thing over here.
Yes, they have the cloaks. Are they
Well-
250 each? Or are the 2 for 250?
What? I missed something. What do we need the cloak of billowing for?
The lady
Oh, you weren't
back at
here
the
last week.
oh,
Yeah.
haha. When we were in the inn at the border, we had a couple people ask for a couple of things if we could find.
Gotcha. So cloak of billowing.
She said she would share a secret with us if we were to bring her a cloak of billowing.
Yeah.
2 cloaks of billowing.
2 cloaks of billowing. That was right.
That's the shopping list for the various elven NPCs.
Mm-hmm. Was the 250 for both cloaks or for each cloak?
I suppose we didn't ask.
I think he said 250 for because I only asked if they had them, and I
Yeah.
think he said 250 a piece.
So we need at least 500 on whoever goes in. I can go in. I have a decent con.
Like I said, I've got 1850 left over from my start.
Yeah.
I can go in, but I can't speak Dwarven or Elvish.
I mean,
Yeah. Like not to throw Tarnak out there, but Tarnak's probably the best one to be able to take the beating of
Yeah, I
a
got the
constant
hit,
damage.
the con and the hit points. So
the things I'd like to
Yeah.
examine the
Yeah.
bolts of cloth anyway, because I want to see if there's something here that they can't get anywhere else. I mean, I used to be a weaver, you know.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you. And I was thinking, since it seems to have an Elvish accent, it's an Elven spirit, and it might be nicer to someone who speaks Elvish, or on top of that, an elf friend.
well, didn't he respond in Dwarvish?
Yes, but in an Elvish accent.
I'd say it would not be correct to abuse my position like that, would it? To get a good deal.
No, just introduce yourself as an elf friend, not trying to get a deal, but see if there would dim down the necrotic energy that's just pumping into people.
So because I have 38 of these platinum coins.
How much is that in gold? Or will they only take gold? Because they said,
He said standard weight gold.
yeah. But what's the standard weight? Has the currency changed over the I guess century, or however long has been going on here?
I believe that we've picked up Drannor coins. I think that we've picked them up as early as in White Crag, so I'm pretty sure that we've seen Drannor coins. And Drannor weights are the standard weight that we still use today. It's a bit of the way we use the Roman calendar. They use Drannor standard weights.
Would they take platinum based on that standard, or?
I don't know. You'd have to ask.
I think we need to just stick to having what we need in hand, and we know that they'll take gold.
Well, we can split
If Tarnok's
the
willing,
cost.
he can
Yeah, we
hand
can
it to
split
him.
cost later. How far back is the? I guess I can't see how far back this guy is, or it's just a disembodied voice. So
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna step in and say
Make a Constitution saving throw.
we need two cloaks ability.
No worries, you're able to resist necrotic energy. Very well. Can provide you with 2 cloaks of billowing. Can I interest you in some lingerie of seduction?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
How much? Wait.
250 pieces of gold, and you will be able to seduce the one you love. What price can you put on love?
Anybody need to seduce
Apparently
somebody?
250.
There you go. There's the price. That's how much gold it costs.
Yeah.
I'd yell out. Anybody need to seduce the one they love?
So that mine's a tree, or it's supposed to be, I guess. So I guess not.
Debbie thinks about it, but says nothing.
Make
No,
another Constitution saving
no,
throw.
thank you.
All right, you're hanging in there very well. And he directs you towards or rather, the cloaks themselves, probably part. Imagine Mage Hand coming over and sorting through some cloaks. And yeah, you are presented with a pair of beautiful robes. They come in a wide variety of colors, all the colors of the rainbow, plus white and black. Given all of this selection, what do you pick?
I will take. Did we have a color that she wanted? No, she did. She
No.
pick a color. All
She
right.
said
So
2
any
cloaks of
color.
gold.
Any color? We have any color here? You said, except black.
Yeah, white and black, and all the colors of the rainbows, and 9 different.
Everything goes with black. Just saying. So.
All right. I'm actually gonna. Yeah, we'll buy a black and a purple.
Brilliant.
That shade of purple that goes with nothing.
Yeah.
But it's regal all the same. All right. Brilliant. Black and violet.
And get out of there.
Okay. On the way out, you spot an advertisement for Wonder Pants.
What is
cheap, but
Wonder Pants?
Cheap. That's right. 5,000 gold pieces, reduced from 25,000.
What do Wonder Pants do? What the hell?
Don't think we know.
All right, so I take my cloaks of billowing and get out as I shiver at the doorway.
Do we want to try to see if they have anything else?
Like Wonder Pants?
Specifically Wonder Pants, yes. And like anything you can't get anywhere else, like what's his name was saying? Carrick?
Yeah, just sorting out my dog 'cause he's gotten tangled in my chair. Like he's got like a rope so he doesn't chase the chickens.
All right, give me like a couple questions I can ask real quick, and I'll ask them.
Do they sell bolts of cloth? You know, of like material you can't find like outside, like Drannor?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
If they sell anything at all that you can't get anywhere else. And Carrick, I'd offer some platinum and see if they would take that as payment as well.
I'll like give you my little money pouch.
Okay. All right. I take his money pouch and I will step back in.
Make a Constitution saving throw. You're getting this. You're getting the hang of this.
All right. I'm gonna say.
How do you resist like the necrotic energy, the cold energy of terminal death?
I'm that guy. I'm that guy who is in the dead of winter outside wearing shorts. So
he's built different. There we go.
Yeah, it's just like nothing to me. I'm gonna go, all right.
I was gonna say he's a barbarian. He doesn't understand the magic that's hitting him.
Exactly.
Yeah, all of the above.
So I'm gonna say, do you take platinum coins?
We do take standard weight platinum.
Do you have any bolts of cloth that are especially wonderful, especially good, above and beyond magical in nature?
Might I recognize the bolts of shimmering satin for 10 gold pieces for 5 feet? Or I could recommend indestructible silk, 100 gold pieces for 5 feet. Make a constitution saving throw.
Indestructible silk sounds awesome.
It really does.
You take 1 point of necrotic damage. Like, yeah, one of your eyelashes falls out, just one.
They're wondering why he's like was able to withstand it.
And they're gonna be like, what are wonder pants?
They are an especially wonderful form of pants.
That's art.
Okay,
I'm taking a
I'm gonna
screenshot.
You can fly once
note
per
that
long
that's
rest.
there.
They are currently on special.
How long are they on special for?
Until the sale ends, when the manager gets back from holiday.
All right, so 100 gold pieces for the indestructible silk. I guess, how much do you think we should take?
I'd say at least 10 feet, if not more. So 200
like-
gold worth.
Is that okay?
I'd like
Double?
get enough to be able to craft an outfit from.
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
wants quite a bit of both.
I've got Noble's platinum, so whatever. Noble, what do we get?
I'm just trying to do some math. Like
And-
how much feet do you need to like make like an outfit?
Ask the internet. Like, yeah, Google knows better than I would.
I'm asking right now.
So the absorb elements, would that absorb the coffee if you spilt it in his lap?
Ha. Yes.
To make a single blouse is 1.25 yards. So
So that's like 4 feet.
5, yeah,
Yeah.
like 5 feet for, one of the better numbers. So a blouse will make 5 feet. There you go.
if you want to make a robe or
Right.
something, I guess that would be a long dress with dress with long sleeves, and that's 3 yards.
I guess it'd be less because
So,
I'm like
say-
half the
say-
I'm
Say
controlled.
about 10 feet. 10
yeah,
feet would make an out.
That sounds about right. 10 feet
Yeah,
would
that's
make a
9
medium outfit, or
so-
5 feet would make a small outfit. Yeah.
So what do you
That's
think?
pretty
Like,
easy to remember.
you want to get like 50 feet of it?
Yeah. I'd say so. And this is a good time to ask if platinum is a currency they recognize.
You did
They
that,
do,
yeah,
yeah.
already.
So I've only got 38, so I could only get 15 feet of it.
$38 would only get you 15 feet of shimmering satin. It wouldn't
Oh,
get
platinum.
you any indestructible silk at all.
38
Oh,
platinum.
platinum. Yeah. My mistake.
I can
I would
toss
be doing-
in 150.
I would say
I can toss in like 4 platinum.
100 too. I'll toss in 100 gold.
Type it all down, I suppose, in the chat, and we'll see how much it all adds up to.
Is that 100 gold from you, Tarnok?
Yeah.
Does seem like a sound investment. Resell
Yeah.
it
Yeah, I would
elsewhere.
say it's, a cloak or something would be.
Yeah, it's just not available anywhere else, right? So,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that you can name your price once you take it somewhere else. I know you
And
probably
then-
want to use it for something, but if you didn't want to use it, it'd be an awesome trade. Sorry, you were saying?
I'm going to put that 100 gold towards whatever we're going to buy of the indestructible, and then I'll put 20 gold towards getting 10 feet of this shimmering.
Oh, beautiful! It's magnificent.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. 15 of the indestructible and 20 of the shimmering.
Brilliant.
That'll leave me with 4 platinum.
You pick your colours for your shimmering satin. Any colour that you can imagine, mahogany or teal or I don't even know, aquamarine. Something weird, something striped, something polka dot.
That's going to be
And
all
you can have,
black.
well, just all black. Fantastic.
For me, it's all black.
It is the blackest of blacks. It's void, reflective black. Somehow both lustrous and soaking in the light at the same time. Magic science.
I can only afford the shimmering silk, so I'll just get 20 feet of that.
But you'll probably look the best in it, Dahlia. So you know.
Yeah.
And besides, the less silk you wear, the happier everyone else will be. Sorry, that was
Okay.
unnecessary.
Culture mandates that I wear pretty.
Debbie
heavy
takes
clothes.
issue with the DM objectifying her goddaughter.
Indeed, fair. Sustained objection, sustained. You were talking about your cultural reasons for having to. What
Yeah.
color is it going to be, Dahlia?
I get 10 feet of azure colored silk and 10 feet of pure white colored silk.
Magnificent. That is beautiful. You're like a cloud on a summer's day.
The idea is to make an outfit of the azure silk for myself, and then make an outfit of the white silk for Rizul.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right, so purchase everything for everybody and get out.
Yeah, no worries. Make one final Constitution saving throw as you gather up all this silk. And you're fine by now. You've become resistant to it. But those wonder pants, we can't afford them, can we? Real shame.
Real
Not at-
shame, real
Not
shame.
at this point.
Best value item in the shop. Not the only item in the shop, though. You would have noticed that they sell robes of useless and useful items, cloaks of protection, and cloaks of displacement. Oh, and lingerie of seduction. Don't forget that. Comes in, a wide variety of styles. I'm not going to describe them, but there's a wide variety.
Debbie is quietly is disappointed she cannot afford it.
How much is the other items? The displacement and the protection, specifically.
Oh, right. Yeah, good question. Let's see. I just scrolled past it again. The protection is 1,000 and the displacement is 4,000.
So if you were to make something out of indestructible silk, would that count as light armor?
Probably. Like, I haven't really given it too much thought, but yeah, maybe it would. Light armor.
Okay.
Maybe.
So
Or
unarmored
maybe
defense would
it's
be like null and
maybe
void.
it works more like mithril in that you could create, say, studded leather, but it doesn't actually have the property of light armor at all. I don't know. I don't know. We'd have to think about what's fair within the rules and doesn't break things. I more really saw it as a form of rope and other material, but of course, nothing. It should be able to be used as armor. We'll just have to have a think about how that might work.
Just like a shirt that gives you an additional AC or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it would be. Maybe.
Debbie trades in the
Yeah.
plate armor for indestructible silk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe just like we don't have to stick with this, but it could be like mage armor. You know how mage armor has it's like 13 AC, unless something supersedes that. That might be a good idea because then it won't stack with other forms and just be somehow broken. So I think it'll work as mage armor.
There is a silk armor in Explorer's Guide to
Oh,
Walmart.
perfect. That's even better then. Like the rules are already there. We'll just use those. That's perfect.
Pride silk outfit.
It's the same Macy as standard leather armor.
Yeah. But it doesn't count as armor, so like I don't know.
Yeah, so there might be a reason why that's important to your campaign. Yeah.
But I suppose it also means like if you go to a party, they won't be like, "Why are you wearing armor?"
Precisely. That's exactly what I mean. If you're able to have some basic armor, it's particularly useful if you've got like armor, the armor feat where I don't know, like there would be certain instances where class abilities aren't triggered unless you're wearing armor. Is what I mean. I think paladins might have that ability. Yeah.
So do you think? Go ahead.
Yeah, like my bonus to AC is because I'm
Yeah.
wearing heavy armor.
Oh right, yeah, heavy stuff.
And also for a character like mine, like this is pretty good because like if I wear this like cloth armor, I'd only lose 1 AC because all of my AC is basically dex.
Yeah.
I think I'll go
No
for like
worries.
a mixture of like light pink and blue, and avoid to like split out the ratios I want.
Absolutely. The details you can hammer out later, but it's good that you have anything about what you're buying because it's beautiful. This is some of the most beautiful material you've ever seen, and it's unique in that sense. So I know there's probably still some things more that you want to wrap up with that other room, but I'll briefly mention the room that you are beside, since you will have inevitably had a chance to look inside it. Next to it, you are. This is a novel room indeed, and it appears to be nothing like anything you've ever seen before. There are tables, green grass tables, of green carpeted tables, rather, sitting on 6 legs with a bunch of balls on them. There are a range of clockwork style devices that will flash and light up and spin and provide other kind of strange audio and visual stimuli. There are a couple of sit down tables with chairs on opposite sides of the table, the way we might sit down for a game of chess or a snack or something. And there are illusions popping up out of the table themselves in 3 dimensions. This room is unique. It couldn't be found in a place like Waterdeep or the capital of Cormier in Suzale or any other known city. Rooms like this are completely lost to history. This is Arcadia.
We found the mall arcade, boys.
Danny, can we go in and
Anyway.
have a look? This room looks fun.
I
Doesn't
will
sound like there's anyone.
step in and start marveling at some of the geared contraptions, like the clockwork and the.
They're amazing. Yeah. They spin and they whirl and they light up and they make strange sounds, and evidently they're all push button or lever driven. But the objective is quite obvious. You put money in them. Why? It doesn't say why you put money in them, just that you do.
We found a casino. There's a billiards table over there.
Yeah, it's gonna go.
I mean,
the weird like.
it's the mall arcade, guys. Like, this is where mom has you hang out while she does the rest of the mall shopping. Like, come on.
I hate.
It's in pretty good. It's in pretty good condition, by the way. Not perfect. There's a bit of damage that has been done that hasn't been repaired, but for the most part, it's not clean, but at least intact.
Where's the damage? I am going to fix this holy technological place.
Yeah, okay, no worry. The damage is more mess. Bits of shattered glass here, and a place where one of the machines might have been ripped out of the wall there. So you inspect it and you discover that the damage that is here is irreparable. If it could have been mended through mending, it would have been. But the damage is too. The parts have been removed. Yeah. Sorry, there's a lot of noise going on here. Some people have some come in things, and without the objects, you can never. You can't repair what needs to be replaced. Yeah.
I'll check out the weird carpet table.
Yeah, sure. You check out the weird carpet table, and you hear a disembodied voice that appears coming from where what we would know as pool cues, some long sticks and some billiard balls pick themselves up off the shelf. Welcome to Arcadia, sir. Are you familiar with the game of billiards?
Devi, help! The ghost wants to play games with me, and I don't know how to play.
That's okay if you don't know how to play. My name is Unseen Billiard Tutor, and I am here to teach you how to play billiards to improve your game. Let's start by getting a cue that is appropriate for a person of your size.
You gonna play pool? You gonna play pool using sharpshooter?
You have not paid the fee for the billiards, sir. Please insert 10 gold pieces into the slot.
He looks. Should I do it, Devi?
It's your gold. Like, it's an interesting contraption, but
will you take 1 platinum?
Please insert 10 gold pieces into the slot.
I look at Devi. Can I trade you 1 for 10?
I only have 7.
Bars?
I will see if there's a change maker.
There is not a change maker, but there is. But the slot machines accept all currencies.
I will. I'll trade him the 1 for 10.
Yeah, no, I'll put the 10 in.
Would you like to have a 2-player game, a 4-player game, or would you like to play against the tutor?
I guess 4 players. I want to play with my friends.
Very well. Enjoy your game of billiards.
Can you tell me the rules?
The tutor is gone.
Oh dear.
Walk around the table and see if there's like a booklet or something. Like, because
Welcome
I've got
to
like.
Arcadia. I am the unseen billiard tutor. How can I help you?
Oh, ask him the rules.
How do we play billiards?
Let's get started with a game of billiards. This is called the triangle. He begins to break down the process for playing billiards, keeps it to a relatively simple level. It's all fun and games. And if you would like to play your game of billiards, team up in teams of 2. We're playing doubles, apparently. And between your team of 2, designate the 3 checks that you would like to oppose your opponent with. Gaming, using finesse weapons, insight, sleight of hand, anything else that you might think might be appropriate to a game such as this. Alternatively, you can decide that this is boring and not play at all, and everybody gets really sad.
So who's the
Dan,
teams?
do you want to be in my team?
I'm gonna guard the entrance and make sure I can
thought you might.
get outside.
Make a perception check, Drannor.
I was actually going to do that too.
But Raz, we need 4 people.
It's
I guess I'll
quiet
do it.
out here. It's quiet out here.
Too quiet.
So,
It is surprisingly quiet. Yeah.
so I guess.
I feel like. Go ahead.
So is it Nubble and Dahlia versus what is it, Devi and Raz?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like it.
What checks did you say to apply towards this?
It's up to you, but you might decide that hitting a ball is a finesse attack or acrobatics check or a sleight of hand check or insight.
I would say insight to be able to line up the shop.
Yeah, right.
Like,
use your
and figure out-
mathematics.
Yeah, Devi would definitely like to use insight.
Absolutely.
You said acrobatics?
Do you think acrobatics is appropriate? Like if you do a trick shot where you put the cue behind your back or something, maybe? I don't know.
Sure, I'm fine with that.
Does that work?
I would benefit from acrobatics.
One team first, the next team the next. How are we going to do this? Who's breaking?
I can break.
Is breaking in athletics? Good strong break.
It's up to you exactly how you see it. Yeah.
You want to break, Raz? It's up to you. Or are we breaking? Or
you can break if they don't want to go.
Go for it.
oh yeah, Nubble.
Sure, I'll do it. Why not?
Okay.
All right. So just tell us which skill you think is appropriate, and go ahead and use it.
I'll go for insight, I guess. Try and predict where the ball's gonna go.
Yeah.
Oof, not good.
And so it has to be defeated by somebody else as a post check, but you can pick a different skill like gaming or sleight of hand or whatever.
No, I'll see insight with insight.
Yep.
23.
I guess.
And the first couple of balls start to get sunk by the second team, so we move back to the other group. And what do you want your second skill to be? Can't be the same.
Yeah, I think I'll use finesse attack then.
Yeah, sure.
Lining them up to try to just knock them in one at a time.
Sure. So you're proficient. It's basically a dexterity proficiency check, I suppose.
Yeah, and I'll just use the oath bow.
Yeah, that's easy. As long as it's not a +1 weapon.
22.
And oof. I guess I'm going to be his counter since Devi counter.
I'm not sharpshooter to do extra damage.
Oh.
And it comes down to 1-1. So in the well done, everybody. You've both reduced yourself 2 to black. It's all down to this final ball here. Don't mess it up now. And have a think what your final check will be as we outplay each other at the end. Oh, there's been some dirty play. Dirty play.
I'd say trick shot time. I don't know. So acrobatics.
Yeah, trick shot time, acrobatics. That's a good way of looking at it. Yeah. This is where you start pulling the bullshit.
Oh,
use your inspiration. Come on.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
You pocket the black yourself by accident and lose.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I was thinking. Or the white goes in.
That's getting.
You ever
Get
see
better
that,
dice.
the Benny Hill
Jesus
skit where he
Christ.
puts the thing through
Do you want
the
me to
table?
counter this?
Yeah.
I love Benny Hill.
Yeah, Carrick, you're my counter, so.
Okay. Acrobatics dex?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
And so as we Raz, somehow we can't snooker when you're on the black. Not enough balls left for that. But you outplay them. Congratulations! The winners receive a special prize, and you gain a cube of chalk. You know how you chalk up your cue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has that concept. You gain a cue of True Strike chalk. Yeah, basically gives you the True Strike cantrip as long as you've got the chalk.
What is True
That's
Strike?
awesome.
Jesus. But
True Strike's only like the worst spell in the game.
it is. It totally is.
Point a
But-
finger
but-
to a
but
target and
right.
it grants you a brief insight onto their defenses. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you
It's
get enough time, then you can like line up your shot with your chalk, and then into the back pocket.
Well, that was fun.
oh my god.
I don't really understand this game. I'm not very good at it.
Yeah. Whatever the hell that was all about.
The elves had
Ultimate
some
Battle
weird games.
Simulator.
I feel like for this chalk, it should be flavored to where like you rub your thumb across it and then you rub it across your forehead, like anime style, and then you can see their defenses.
Absolutely.
But it's a pull cue. Come on.
No, it's the chalk for it. The chalk that you rub on the end of it. So it's like a little cube of chalk. So you had to rub something with it. So like rub it with your thumb.
Debbie looks for the ticket counter.
Where's my prize,
Unfortunately,
bitch?
the prize just materializes. I suppose it doesn't have to appear anywhere, but you do get your prize. Those of you who are winners, yeah. But looking at the back, there's not much to see. An old office area, a few desks and chairs, a few pieces of maintenance tools. So if you wanted to take a like a repair kit, metalworkers, clockwork tools, something like that, they would be here.
I say we clear this bottom left room first, especially since there's light and a pool of blood. I feel like
I
we should have cleared it
guess.
first.
I'm
By
gonna
the
spend one
way,
gold in the slots first, though.
still from yesterday, as I said when we entered, Roz is mapping this building.
But like,
Sure.
but we got to play on Billy's yards. I mean, not too bad.
Billy's yard.
This building is called Garl's Gemstones. It has iconography of a smiling gnome holding up a gemstone, which is the same picture for glitter gold jewels in general. So
Is that where the barrier
yeah.
was, or is that somewhere else?
What was that?
Which was?
The magical barrier with the runes, was that this place?
It is. That is exactly right. Yeah. That's
Where's the
this
magical
place.
barrier?
I'll just see if it's there. It's no longer visible.
But we also haven't run into the other people.
Yeah.
Do you think the
There are a whole bunch of kobold corpses up there, by the way.
do you think the side crystal will be there?
It might be. What's that black smudge in the corner to the right? Is that just a black smudge?
Yeah, I think that's the way dark vision reacts with itself. There's probably some illumination, and that's.
It looks like a shrubbery in the corner,
Oh.
like a potted plant.
Oh, right there. Yeah, probably what it is. Yeah, is a plant that hasn't died because it doesn't need to be sustained in Drannor. You could steal the plant, probably worth 25 gold.
Yeah. Put it on our backs.
Boom! Roll a Thunderwave is a constant strength saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderwave is con.
Yeah, okay, Constitution saving throw for Debbie.
Was this someone who cast it?
No.
Okay.
A trap has been triggered.
Sorry, that would be 12. I don't have it. Actually, it's a spell. 15.
DC is 15, so it's half damage, and you are not pushed back. And we will roll for initiative. So half of 11, 5 points of thunder damage, and as mentioned, you are not pushed back. You're looking into a room that, okay, it's fairly large. The roof is about 15 feet high. There are a couple of wooden stands that look like they've been shattered. There are a couple of shelves that look like they had stands that have been shattered. Ultimately, this place looks like it has been ransacked. But being a jewelry store, it's the kind of place that would be economical to ransack, right? If you're going to hit anywhere, you might as well hit a place that's got the diamonds. I mean, it looks like it's been hit pretty hard. Okay, so the instant Devi steps through these broken doors towards a pile of kobold corpses that are piled high, and their blood has by now dried, or at least coagulated. She triggers a rune which explodes, and we kick into action as fast as we can.
For some reason, my turn order went off the screen.
Yeah, same.
Oh, right. Maybe I closed it by accident. There we go. Yeah, I did. I closed it.
Was there any movement or anything in response?
Not yet, because I'm rolling for initiative.
Okay.
Wow, more crabs.
Nibble. Boom! There is a sudden explosion.
Guys, what was that? What's happening? Go into the store. Guess he'll move here, and he'll take the dodge action, and he'll have the Drake follow him. Take the dodge action here.
Excellent. Raz. Nibble moves in cautiously. What do you do?
What just happened to Devi was like a loud explosion, right?
That's right. It was thunder damage, and that's always audible.
Because we heard movement in the top right, I'm just going. I feel like I'm one of the best to do a lot of damage really fast. Anything that shows up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually stand guard out here.
Yeah.
Violence Heathen. And anything that comes within my sight, I'm going to fireball.
All right. Tarnok. There is a sudden boom, and everyone goes on edge.
All right. I'm gonna come through. Sneak. Just I don't see anything, right? I don't see anything in the room.
No, these are like stands, big temporary walls, if you will. There would have once been shelves on them. If you've ever seen like a warehouse, where the infrastructure, the structure's gone in, but they haven't yet put all the shelves up, that's what it looks like. Skeletons of shelves.
I'm just gonna hold and attack to see if, in case anything comes out of somewhere.
Okay. Devi.
Alrighty. That was not pleasant. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You're on the edge of several corpses.
Gotcha. And then I'll take the dash action. And see, stop when I get there.
Yeah, there is someone lying in wait with a trident around the corner.
And I'll stand there and take a defensive posture, going, "Hold on, we don't actually. Do we want to fight? Do we know that yet?"
You find
Sorry.
yourself looking face to face, eye to eye, with a hammerhead shark that stands on 2 legs. It smiles at you with 50 teeth.
I mean, like,
Fancy.
how could you want to hurt that? Look, he's so happy.
So yeah, I will end my turn trying to parlay, but I really don't have any action.
And the hammerhead shark charges you.
Actually, hold on 1 second.
Frenzy.
I forgot. I have a bonus action.
Ah,
I'm gonna get big.
all right.
He backs up.
I see he doesn't need to charge as far.
Doesn't need to charge as far. Doesn't need quite as much as the waddle. The waddle is very ungracious. All right. So the shark charges in with a reckless, frenzied abandon. Trident in one hand, shield in the other. Smashes at you with its shield. Will that hit?
Disadvantage because of my cloak. No.
Excellent. 21 will not be enough. And then stabs with the trident and bites. Snap, 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 snap. But it just gets a mouthful of illusion. The cloak of displacement doing its job perfect. All right. Just a moment. Okay. Stepping from around the corner comes a handsome man with a broad jaw and fashionable clothing. He steps around the corner from the second partition. And when he looks in to see the group of people that he's facing, he has a sword in one hand and a pistol in the other, but he immediately wide-eyed and instead reaches towards a necklace that he has and
Oh,
rips off
God.
one of the beads from his necklace
Mm-hmm.
and hurls it into the center of the party.
I wonder what that could be.
Yeah,
I
so
can't-
about there, it's really about right.
I can't counterspell this either, so this is gonna hurt.
Boom. A tremendous explosion goes off, and those of you caught within the radius that I'm pretty sure you can see endure a blast of fire.
Pretty low roll.
Pretty low roll.
Oh,
Don't make me show you what a real fireball looks like, man.
Yeah,
is it dexterity saving throw?
it's a dexterity save.
At 12. But I checked Cass's sheet. I picked red last time, I'm pretty sure, so I'm resistant to the damage.
Yeah, you
He's
did.
completely immune.
Yeah, he's immune to the fire. Excellent. When you all survive, the Sembian noble is astonished. Do you have 10-foot reach, Debbie?
I do not. I don't think it increases my reach being large size.
He then skedaddles, getting out of there, moving as fast away as he can. And it turns out that he can move quite fast indeed. He starts making a ruckus. Marauders are here, he declares. Marauders are here. All right, Dahlia.
So a little bit singed by that fireball. I guess I will step up and give Tarnock a pat on the shoulder and say, "Don't let that guy get away." I'm gonna cast haste on him.
Huh.
And then I will move into the store a little bit more and just end my turn.
Beautiful. Oh my god. Excellent, 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 excellent. I just got some good personal news. Dahlia, you back away after giving your ally the boost of adrenaline that he needs to go and catch a bitch. Giant crab, assemble. All right, here we go. Okay, that's cool. Righto. Nubble.
Okay, I will move 35 feet, like down towards where the Sembian noble went.
Yeah.
Did he say? Was there a conversation while I was like briefly gone? Or did he just step out and throw his bead?
No,
He
there
just-
was no conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the order of events has gone something like this. We come to the front door and we're like, "There's something going on here." All right, we check, we look around, we see nothing. Bam! We step on the glyph that we had detected last time, but couldn't see this time. It explodes in Devi's face, and then they were probably already waiting for us. Maybe, maybe not. But we have, we haven't been silent. Maybe we've been quiet, but not silent. And the instant the shark saw us, he just charged relentlessly. The Sembian came around the corner, didn't say anything, tossed a fireball. When the smoke cleared and no one was dead, he ran. It's been a matter of seconds, and there's been no attempt or offer of parley.
We've been pretty, because if they've been listening to us, we've pretty much been talking about like, should we kill them? We very clearly came to the conclusion no. So if they've been listening, like, they deliberately like caught us off guard. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my position, I'll take some shots at Shark Boy.
Excellent.
Yeah, sharpshooter, an advantage.
Yeah, brilliant. So you'll be probably firing through the sides of the shelving. They're like plywood walls, and so your arrows will go straight through the walls. Bam, bam, and
That's
brilliant. They'll both hit with relative ease. He's got a chain.
No, that would
shirt,
be a 16,
like
a 16 and a 19.
16 and a 19. The 16 will miss.
Yeah.
The 19 will hit.
I forgot to put the negative one on.
Right.
And I'll infuse the strike as well. Yeah, 20 damage.
Yeah, and this seasoned warrior is predictably able to absorb your arrow, and while he flinches and growls, his attention is firmly placed upon Devi, enticed as he is by the fact that she seems to be an illusion.
I'll have Cass fly down 40 feet, and then see me try to go after the noble.
Yeah.
Also, I've got some more 3D dice for Anthony. I thought something was happening.
Right. I don't think so. All right. Right.
That's 40.
You said he was Sembian, right?
Yeah, he did. He was dressed and spoke like a Sembian. That's right.
Were Sembians enemies of the Dales?
Not necessarily. They're probably the major trading partners. Sembians are enemies of the Cormurians, but they're also major trading partners. Sembia is untrustworthy because their society is built around the idea of that wealth is more important than anything else.
Hmm. All right. I can. What are the rules with polymorph? Can I turn into anything or anything that I've seen before? Any beast?
Thing that's all right, any beast, right? Yeah, and I think it can be any beast. Like druids are restricted, but I don't think polymorph is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just guess I'll whatchamacallit. I guess I'll just cast Expeditious Retreat.
Sure.
And so I'm just going to run the 30 feet inside then. I also want to be the first person to shout. It's like, we don't want to fight.
I was gonna wait to
Yeah.
be a bit closer on my turn, so because I think I can, because Cass can see one, so he'll just shout over to my character where they are.
What was that?
I'm saying Cass can actually see one, so he'll just shout over to my character to come over. This is where they're hiding.
Sorry, I just had a bit of an interruption. I missed that last 30 seconds.
I don't know what. Nubble, you said something?
Cass can see one of them, so he'll just, just shout out as a free action that where they are. Just like to the south, like through a door. But only in Draconic, because he doesn't speak Common.
Yeah, so I guess you're the only one who can understand him, and Raz.
Mm-hmm. But I can't move anymore, so that's the end of my turn.
All right. Tarnok.
Right. Follow what Dahlia said and chase the guy. The guy ran that south way.
You have an incredible dose of adrenaline, and you zip it through that complex after the Drake in search of your prey.
Neum.
All right. That's not your dash yet? You've still got further to move, haven't you?
Well, I moved 40 feet. I moved 80 feet with haste, so that's only half my movement.
Yeah, right. Like I was sure that you had more to go. So that's.
I did, but I can't. Is this all dark? Because I can't see anything on my map.
Okay. So there is light sources here, and here, and here, and also ultimately in the direction you're going, there's a light source as well. But there's nothing in this corner here, so you are looking completely into darkness. You can hear the Drake moving, switching its tail, but maybe you can even smell it. But it's dark there, and you don't have a light source, I assume.
He has dark vision on, doesn't he?
Do you?
Do
Does
I?
he?
Give me dark
I don't
vision.
think so. I don't like that would have been. We took a short rest, and so any of those old spells would have expired. I thought.
I thought we had. Okay.
And I think at the time Dahlia put them on herself and Raz, so not.
And I
Yeah.
twin spelled it to the other two.
Okay.
Because I have dark vision now as well. The spell. Also didn't realize I
Isn't
could
dark
dash
vision like
this
8
time.
hours?
Yeah.
It is 8 hours.
Okay, so then it would be still up.
Okay, my mistake. But Tarnok doesn't have the dark vision.
He does.
Oh, he does. Okay, in that case.
Nubble
he
has
can-
it himself. Dahlia casts it on me and her, and I twin spelled it between Devi and Tarnok.
Okay, Nubble has it. I think Nubble already has it built in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if anyone doesn't have dark vision, and you let me know, and make those adjustments. So yeah, you're looking into the darkness. There's a door up ahead here where a source of light is coming from. The Drake is about to round that corner, but you will notice that the Drake suddenly comes to a grinding halt, the way you might just before you're about to run into something.
All right, so I will
So
use
you've got
almost
plenty of
the rest of
movement
my movement to get to here. And do I see anything at that door?
I don't think so. You can see the light streaming out. You're looking into a back area. Whereas the place you've come through is thoroughly looted. It looks people have smashed every last cabinet and taken everything they can find. Within here, things look much more intact. This door, for example, is not destroyed. It's merely open.
All right, well, I have 5 feet left of my regular movement, so I'll just get to. And this
Now
is
you see people.
all right.
Yeah. So there's the guy with the necklace. He currently has 2 beads left on that necklace. And but
Well.
he's beside a woman as well, who has a cold look in her eyes, like lightning flashing through within her eyes. She's only relatively young, probably no more than about 20 or 25, and yeah, lightning quite literally flashes within the pupils of her eyes.
All right, then I will. I guess I will do my action to get between them.
Alrighty, righty.
And my turn there.
Sure, no problem. Okay, Devi.
So I had
Oh,
been like,
Sorry, at the end of my
Oh,
turn,
yep.
my bonus action, I will rage.
Good
For
idea.
the back.
Good idea. Alright. Oh, Devi.
I had tried to parlay with this guy a little bit. He
The
seemed
shark?
yeah.
Alright.
He seemed completely uninterested though, right?
You didn't make much of a parlay attempt, but you weren't aggressive, right? You just ran up and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He gave you a great big toothy smile and came at you like the apex predator that he thinks himself to be.
Gotcha.
I'm thinking maybe just show him that like he isn't the apex predator. Probably just put him in his
Also,
place.
also, why are we killing these guys? That's
Why are
something
we
I missed.
killing them?
At the
Because-
moment, we came in and they
Well,
attacked
they
us.
attacked.
No. Okay, so we didn't know they were here. Got it.
Yeah, they just attacked us out of like stealth. So like
They did.
we
and,
kept.
Alright.
and defensiveness, presumably. Like you walked across their ward, right? Straight into whatever base that they've, temporary or not, that they've established. So
Yeah, we
not
basically got
justifying their
thunder trapped, Sharky grin attack, and a fireball. I think we're past parlay.
And they didn't
That's fair.
respond when I said we didn't want to fight at the end of my turn. They're still active.
If you didn't want to fight, you should not have come into our base.
Your trap was invisible. That's not fair.
Yeah.
You make a fair point.
I mean, like, I know adventurers should be able to have like see invisible things, but like that doesn't work here. Like divination doesn't work here. You know that.
There's a pile of dead bodies, light and blood coming out. How would we not be curious?
Alright, Guardians goes then.
All right, Spirit Guardians is on.
Oh yeah, and you get mythal magic because
Oh, you did too. Yeah, roll percentile.
Wild magic shenanigans. Here we go.
But the wild magic does not surge, and you get your spell off normally.
Good.
All right.
And I tell him again, please stand down.
But he seems to have little interest in doing just that.
All right, I'll take a step back and just to kind of clog up this entryway a little bit, but I'm still in melee with him.
All right, brilliant. Wisdom save.
Instead of
Rough
23, he takes 11.
All right.
We can safely walk through your trap, right, Devi?
Yep, you can safely rock through my Spirit Guardians. Also, his movement speed is halved.
Frenzy! The shark tells you enthusiastically. But his combination of strikes are less accurate than they were last time, and even more pointless.
How mad would he be if we all just collectively ignored him for the entire fight? It's
Melee
like it
predator
becomes
soft
frenzy with a
authority.
question mark.
It's just like, I will distract them while my friends get away. And we'll just like, yeah, just ignore it.
Meanwhile, deeper within the store, the Sembian draws his dagger, or the dagger he's carrying rather, explodes into burning fire, and he says, "You are about to taste the fire of the fire knife now, you feral!" And he fires. He's got an ability, but I think he can fire his pistol in close range. I just assume he has. It's not written here, but anyway, so he fires his pistol first at close range. That's only meant to be one
Oof.
shot,
But
but the Roll20 was pretty sure that it was going to be a critical hit, so it was still only one shot. But there you go. So at point blank range, fires this pistol into Tarnok, and then stabs with his fire knife.
The fire knife misses. The pistol obviously hit.
Straight through the heart. I have shot you through the heart, and you blame.
Now he has a. He just
God
revealed
damn.
that he has a weapon that raws once. So.
Boom! The sweet smell of gunpowder fills the air. You get a Constitution saving throw to take half poison damage and to avoid getting the poisoned condition.
Yeah. So I made that. So what's the
No worries.
what's the total damage there? 24.
24 and another 16 is 8. 24 and 8 is 32.
Wouldn't it be 12 and 8 because he's raging?
I think you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Half the pierce. So 12,
So
8, so 20.
20. That's absolutely right.
He
Okay,
you
great.
hit your prepared speech in Glass's case. Got shot in the chest, now you can still give a 45-minute speech.
Catch me if you can, he says, and breaks away from the battle.
I have Sentinel.
Oh, this is very shitty.
So I
Nice.
get an attack of opportunity.
he's
Why
going to
don't
be.
NPCs get feats as well?
He'll be on the forums later complaining about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. This is bullshit. All right, and you stop him in his tracks. He is not going anywhere. Oh, Thud, you are such a feral creature. All right. Dahlia, there is some conflict going on out the back.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what is going on. So I will move 30 feet here. And then I guess 35 as I start dashing. 40. 55, 60. That's as far as I can get dashing.
Is there any reason I can see Dahlia's point of view?
I might have given you control of Dahlia at this stage, when maybe during. So I'll take that away.
Oh, I think you did like because you're like, oh, see her spells while she's gone, so you can like heal up.
Yeah, that's what it
Hmm.
was. Yeah, looking at the spell list. Oh no, but no, you can't. Debbie can only. Oh, that's Dahlia. I'm not looking at.
Yeah, like I can even move Dahlia's piece.
Yeah, you must. You would. I would have just given everyone control so they could see the spell list. Okay, cool. That's taken away now. That's good. Okay, cool. Dahlia, I apologize for that.
That's right. I just dashed. That's it. As far as I can get.
Brilliant. With the lightning crackling within her eyes, bearing a great big hammer, huge maul that crackles with thunder, and surrounded by lightning. This is the spiritual guardians that she has. I might as well go ahead and roll that now. Where is she going?
What? You can't use my spell? God damn it!
Indeed.
Oh god, it's a Tempest Cleric.
Wait, what determines the different kinds of spirit guardians?
Really, just
It's just
what you think
yeah.
sounds cool.
Yeah, that's right. It's in this case, it's radiant damage. She brings her heavy down upon Tarnok with a thundering blow.
She can cast the spell and make attacks on the same action.
No,
or-
the spiritual guardians was cast the round before.
Okay.
Yeah. Spiritual weapon, is that a not a bonus, or it is a bonus
That
action? She'll launch a
bonus
spiritual
action.
weapon as well. And the 19, will that hit Tarnok?
21 AC with haste right now.
21, that's what we need. Okay, and so the thunder hammer that appears within the sky swings valiantly, but you're just too quick for it. She strikes once with a shock maul. Make a constitution saving throw as she electrocutes you, delivering this thunderous charge. All right, you'll be stunned until the end of her next turn. So if you've got inspiration, you may consider using it.
Yeah, I was gonna say now might be a good time for that reroll.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, my gamer.
Jeez.
Brilliant. And it staggers you for a moment, but you shake it off.
Very inspired.
That's what we need.
What was the damage I took on that?
12 bludgeoning, which is 6, and 3 lightning.
So 9.
Yeah. And yeah, the spiritual guardians is going on all around you. Won't affect you until your turn. Feel the power of Talos, she says.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go indeed. Busting out of this side room, kicking the door down, steps a man wearing that he has a great set of red feathers coming out of his helmet. He steps into the foray and practically runs into Nubble.
He first has to make a wisdom save as he enters the spirit guardians.
He will indeed.
Has the speed halved.
I don't know who you are, and I don't really care.
Oh, he's
With this
23.
wall of sorcery. 23 damage.
Hmm? I cast that level.
That is nuts. All right. So he swings with his magical blade. neither of those will hit, will they, Nubble?
No, they won't. Both will miss.
No, they will not. And seasoned warrior though he is, he's more of a soldier or a guard than an actual duelist or an adventurer. And his strokes are just too predictable, too slow to really cut it in the big leagues like we are in. No.
He's just like, why are you doing this?
You're a monster.
You're the violent one. He runs past you.
You're damn right I'm violent, and I'm going to show you just how violent, you little critter. Now stand still.
I've got a different plan.
You're not fit to breathe air, you're not. Why, you're not even as good as them halflings.
Actually, at the end of his turn, sorry, I forgot one thing.
Okay.
I'm going to pop my stone ring and make him make a wisdom save.
Sure.
I gotta see what the save is because it's based on my fighter, not my cleric.
I think he
Well, they might
passes
just
though.
make it with that.
Oh yeah, he pass.
All right.
DC is 14.
Oh, you, yeah, all right, no worries.
And I'll just run past him. I won't disengage, so he gets his attack of opportunity as I pass.
Yeah, sure, no worries. And so he does strike out with a vengeance, defensive and aggressive as he is. But feeble and untrained against kobolds.
You think a guard would have
You're
before?
too slow.
You get back here, you little critter.
And I'll shoot him twice with my oath bow.
Boom, boom.
Oh, it's normal. It's the one with the sharpshooter, one without.
All right.
That's 24, and the first one probably doesn't hit.
First one, oh, no, I don't think it will. His, surely his armor is better than that.
Yeah, and then I'll put Hunter's Mark and Infused Strike on this one.
All right. Oh, that knocked me around a bit.
Yeah, nice little 16 points of damage.
Fair cop of the apples, that was.
And he'll put another end his turn by the base, or he'll bonus action so the Drake can do more than just stat basic actions.
Sure.
And he'll go up to the Storm Priest and try wisdom
He
saving throw.
enters the. Yeah, that's right. He enters the aura.
Oh, he's actually got a decent wisdom save. 17.
It's 16 damage and 14 DC. So half damage is 8. 8 radiant.
Yeah, and he'll bite the Storm Sorceress. I mean, the Talos.
She just glares at you without fear. And you can't get through her thick armor. She doesn't mock you, though. Just looks at you with callous disregard.
And I guess Nubble will then just turn by free action, just shouting into the other rooms, like, we don't have to do this. You can stop if you want.
Alright. Raz.
Was there a response, or is it like too soon
Not
for a
yet.
response?
Not yet. I think you're in a different. Oh no, you're not in a different room. So I guess this guy is still being caught up in the agony of experiencing spiritual guardians for the first time in his life, and the shark is pretty much frenzying. So You can actively attempt to a parlay attempt if you want to use your action to do something like that, but our casual conversation is convincing no one.
So I was hoping to
Alright.
be in the room with them. I think that's a bit more persuasive than a disembodied voice.
If I run past somebody, do I proc opportunity? Is that a thing?
Yeah, if you,
Okay.
when you leave their range, like their attack range, that's when you provoke it. Entering does
Okay.
not, but leaving it does.
Because I kind of just want to kill them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Stay away from me. And he strikes as you
Yeah.
as you pass just out of.
Hasn't he already used his
fear.
reaction?
Has he?
Oh
He
yeah,
attacked- he
to
attacked
strike
me.
out at level.
Right. Valid. Yeah, absolutely valid.
He just sucks and hasn't hit anyone yet.
He just sucks.
Yeah.
That's his problem. He's like he's in the he's the apprentice cleric of this adventuring party, right? Like it
Oh.
shouldn't be here, dude.
He's the brother light wolf.
That's right. He's the brother. That's right.
We're just casually ignoring him as well.
Yeah. Where's the people?
Oh, down, like through that door over there.
I guess I can try to. I guess spend an action to try to persuade them that we're not here to fight and all that.
Alrighty.
So yeah. Oh.
All right. So what do you say?
I don't want to have this fight, and I'm sure you all are tired too. We can talk this out.
All right. Tarnok, you hear that Raz puts forward a convincing argument. Are you convinced by Raz's argument?
No, I just took a bullet to the chest and a hammer to the head, so no. This guy's getting hit.
Okay.
And savage.
Again with reckless.
I cannot escape your fury.
And with my haste, I get my third attack. With
Where are you getting all of this speed from? You move your axe faster than the eye can see.
As he's being chopped to bits, he's just complimenting him.
That one at least misses. As you catch the edge of his chain shirt, and it rips open his shirt, revealing the chain underneath. My beautiful shirt! My mother made this, you bastardo!
Is he French? Is that what that is?
Yeah, he has an alternating accent that goes from Romania to France to Italy briefly. And I'm not very good with that.
And he was hit with wild magic, is what you meant to say? Changes his accent?
It does. It does.
Yeah. And that will end my turn.
Alright, he's still standing. Brutalized though he was. Devi, does Raz convince you that we can give peace a chance?
Yeah, I will choose to currently exclude both of them from the damage and just take a defensive posture.
Can you do that? Can you change it? I think it's set when you cast the spell.
There it is.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it says.
Yeah, when you cast it.
When you cast a spell.
Oh, when you cast a
Yeah.
spell. Fine, I'll drop concentration.
Alright. You remove the aura.
And then I will actually step right here to completely block off this section and take the attack of opportunity.
Which inevitably comes from the shark.
Mhm. 18 is not going to do it, bro.
It is not. And he launches himself at you, furious that no matter what he tries, he just can't hit you. What are you, some kind of illusion?
You could say that.
'Cause I can imagine like Devi just like putting her defense like completely down, turning around, the guy just like swiping at her armor.
I mean, with that, you know.
Every fight with Devi.
He manages to connect a couple of times, actually hitting the steel, but just never getting through, never hitting it in a weak spot. And there's only so much that you can do with shark teeth against magical plate. The Symbian is caught up in the wrath. He's nowhere to run. He's got no way to hide, and surrender doesn't even seem to be an option. So he retaliates as well, reloading his pistol, firing again, and stabbing furiously with the flaming knife. But he burns himself. Ah! And he drops his knife. Ah, that hurts so much. This is a hazardous weapon. The pistol misses, and then he drops his own blade in a humiliating fashion. He knows now that he is defeated, but it is also likely too late for him. Dahlia.
I'll step into the threshold. Oh, hello. Seeing that Tarnok's taking a little bit of a beating. I'll expend. I'll expend 4 charges for my Staff of Healing, and since we can use sorcery spells and sorcery points on magic items, I'll make it a distance spell, so I can affect him with Cure Wounds from this range.
Yeah, sure.
And if I cast a 4th level Cure Wounds.
Brilliant. Bringing him back from the brink.
Have I mentioned that Dahlia is like my favorite person?
Probably not enough.
Dahlia is all of our favorite person, let's be honest.
I'm not allowed to take favorites.
You regain 25 hit points.
Loves a devoted support player, am I right, ladies?
This is true enough.
And then I will step back 10 feet out of the doorway because I can see Raz is running for it. And then my turn.
Alright, the kobolds and the crabs stay out of it for now. The Thunder Child sees that the Berserker is still going berserk. Hears that there may be some parlay attempt coming. But for now does not do the honourable thing that Debbie did and keeps the Spirit Guardians going while attempting to subdue him, the barbarian that is, Tarnok, with doesn't have command or anything, unfortunately. So subdue him with the hammer, because the hammer is a good thing to subdue people with. Bam bam. Crunch. Recklessly you run straight into it. It hits you in the face, and you are bashed, stunned, potentially stunned as it collects you in the jaw. Crunch.
and make 2 Constitution saves.
That's right. 2 Constitution saves. Oh, and you almost passed, but not quite. So 22 halved is going to be 11 plus 3 lightning. It's 14. And then the next one is 9 halved is 4 plus 2 is only 6. So the total damage is only 20 points. Significant, but not that bad. But you just can only see stars very briefly. You effectively get blinded and flashbanged as this hammer strikes you in the side of the jaw and gives you a concussion.
Well, I thought I could just dip in, heal Tarnock, and let him finish him off, but maybe not.
Tarnock is currently busy right now. The soldier stands down immediately. He just falls over so quickly. He tries to get away so quickly. Doesn't come to any assistance for the shark, and sees that battle is only going one way, and backs off into the corner and hopes to be forgotten about.
Hides in the corner crying.
It came out with so much bravado, and now is cowering in the corner.
I mean, like, I suppose there's only your bravado can only have so much momentum. You step out, see a kobold with a bow, and miss 4 times against him.
Yeah, and the giant priest and like a sorcerer, all of which just ignore you. It's like being Imperial Guardsman while Chaos Titans go past.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything.
I suppose you can like throw a few shots to, like, I'm brave. I shot at it.
I got XP.
Yeah, I'll move them 35 feet. It's like, what's happening? I thought it was like peace was happening. And he'll put out that spell, and he'll cast silence. So I'm going to do percentile, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Did she do percentile for her spirit guardians?
I believe she did.
Yep.
And she didn't do one for spiritual weapon either, which I forgot about. But oh well.
Can silence dispel magic?
It doesn't
No, it
dispel it,
doesn't.
but it will stop casting any new spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the wild magic is remaining stable here. Things are going the way they're supposed to.
I'll place
do
it
you have
there.
any actions, Neville?
I'll do that. That was my
Right,
action.
I'll just silence.
And a bonus action so the Drake can attack. And he'll basically fly around her and try just to, like, mess with her concentration by, like, biting her in the knee or something.
All right. Raz, you had a brilliant proposal that would have made everybody happy. They just listened to you.
Well, I mean, he is listening. He's just putting the spells out. With 24 hit.
Yes, so. Right. I forgot about the double. The direct 24 will definitely hit. You're going for the girl, right? Clearly?
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Sure. 15?
The element is fire, if that matters.
It will matter because she seems to love the lightning.
So that's a concentration check, saving throw for.
Good call. She hangs on to control of her spell, and Raz, as you come around the corner, you will note that it's oddly quiet up there. Silent, you might say.
We're just subduing them?
So, are they showing no signs of giving up?
Well,
I think the noble has given up.
Yeah, he's given up, but he's also being pounded by Drannor, like chopped to pieces, right? So like he's not so much given up as he is just cowering while he gets axed to death. The storm cleric seems to be relentless, but that might change now that she's gone from outnumbering a guy 2 to 1 to being outnumbered 4 or 5 to 2.
I can step past Neville, right? Can I try to intimidate everybody?
It's hard because you can't be heard.
Too bad I got rid of Dispel Magic.
But like, you know, a spellcaster who can't speak, like, the fight's basically over at this point if the Spirit Guardians goes down.
Well, I mean, she has got a massive hammer as well.
Can I prepare an attack for if they make an attack, kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. But
Okay,
you'll consume
so
the spell if they don't use the attack, then you'll consume the spell anyway.
that's fine. I'm going to cast. Prepare chain fire. If anyone, while also saying Tarnok don't do anything, or like, I don't know, he can't hear me. Never mind. If they make another attack, I'm going to hit them with chain fire.
I think he already knows like what the plan is. It's like whether he calms when he sees the bit surrendered.
Obviously, I'm stunned, and I'm probably, if I see you two come in, if these guys stop attacking me before my next turn, I should be okay.
So if they make any form of attack, Roz is going to chain fire.
All right, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And you can imagine that the fire is arcing within your hands right now. That would be impressive.
Exactly what my fucking profile picture is. Just like, try me.
Yeah, that's it. This is the that's that shot right there. It's perfect.
Do you want me to make an intimidation roll? Is that a thing that I need to do?
No, I think that'll be fine. Like, it's you're intimidating enough. Tarnok, I guess there's not much you can do.
Yeah, I'm stunned, so I'm stunned till the end of her next turn.
Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot the Drake ended its turn in Spirit Guardians damage.
It did, yeah. It was 14, as I recall. No, that was a DC was 14. Might have been 16.
Here's a whiz.
It's only 8 damage, actually.
Well, that's a 19 saving throw. So wait down.
8 reduces it to 4.
Oh, well, I thought you'd halved it already.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm just checking it out. I got a 3 or 4 and a 1 on 3d8s.
Yeah, he doesn't even know.
Doesn't even notice. Debbie, you have a shark that is literally biting you right now, and every step that you take, you just drag it with you.
Basically, a shark has an ankle biter.
It is. Hanging off your shoulder like a cloak.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm tired of the shark. I'm gonna booming blade him.
That's it. Get rid of the shark. Turn it to flake.
Does the 20 hit?
I think so. Yeah, it does. He's got a shield and a good set of armor, but that's 20's enough.
29.
Okay, a thunderous boom echoes throughout the room, and you knock a little bit of sense into the shark, but it just makes it angry.
All right. Well, I have the kitty gloves on, so that's it for now. Actually, no. I'm gonna move.
Oh, hang on. He's frenzied, so he can make an attack for what it's worth.
I move 30.
All right, he bites his own tongue. It gets a free attack, I think. I don't think that uses a reaction, or does it? Nope, doesn't use a reaction. So he takes an attack of opportunity as you leave, stabs out with his trident, and
Hits?
actually hits the spell.
He has done the impossible. He's the
Yeah.
chosen one.
Drawn
So
blood.
I reduce that by 3 to hit. So it becomes 4.
You just can't let him have it, can you?
Alright.
Honestly, I'm debating on changing out Debbie because she really is too strong. Oh, he moved. He takes booming blade damage.
Who's more shocked, Devi or the shark?
He takes 5 more damage.
5. Okay, cool. And he comes
These
straight
are
back up. Yeah.
these are straight attacks because it is not until the beginning of my next turn. The cloak of displacement is down.
All right. Launches himself with glee, absolute glee.
Oh, he actually bit me.
Draws blood, breaks a bunch of teeth in the process. But,
They'll grow
draws
back.
blood just the same. That's right. It's worth it for that sweet, sweet taste of cleric
Down.
vitality.
I'm down to 4 temp HP.
He doesn't actually draw blood, just fake blood.
He tastes the tiny little magical barrier that is whatever inspiring leader is.
He like throws some, like
Yeah.
ketchup on you to feel good about it though.
Yeah.
The Sembian tries to escape. So when you disengage, you don't provoke attacks of opportunity. That would beat Sentinel, wouldn't it?
No, Sentinel's designed exactly to beat that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So he is trying to just get out of here. He doesn't stab you. He just tries to run. You're reckless though, right?
Yep.
Oh, but
Are you still
stunned as
stunned?
well.
I'm
Yeah.
stunned now. I can't. I don't know.
So
Does
he
he get
runs
me?
away. Yeah. You can't take reactions when you're stunned. I assume that would be a reaction. So he runs away and hides in the corner.
Wait, he can actually heal in that corner, can't he? Because half his token's out.
Yeah, I guess he can.
Yeah. More than half. So yeah.
He runs over to. These are a set of doors, by the way. He runs over and rattles. They don't open. So he runs over in the corner, and then he just starts screaming. And those of you who are outside of the bubble can hear him screaming for his life. Yeah.
Not so confident now. 5, 15, 25, 30. Take all my movement to get into the room and do it.
So we're just trying to break the sorceress spell at the moment.
Speaking of spell, I see a radius for a Spirit Guardians.
You're in it, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd probably be in it this close.
Am I in it?
Yeah, you are in it as well, but
So was it wisdom?
Should I have made a roll before?
You should. It's 8 damage. DC is 14, so reduced to 4.
14 what?
DC is 14. Wisdom saving.
Okay.
Yes. 8 damage. If you pass and you both do, it's 4.
So 13 temp HP left.
Yeah.
If you take damage, if you take damage and it doesn't surpass temp HP, do you have to make a con save for concentration?
You do not. No.
Ooh.
Okay, good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I actually shouldn't have lost concentration last time. We won't talk about it. Last game.
Right. Yeah. Good call.
Because I passed my first 3 checks and I would have only had to take 3.
Yeah.
Instead of the 4.
Yeah. Good that we know that. Yeah.
Seeing as
I
this
usually don't keep track of it.
things are supernaturally silent, I'll just try and communicate to the girl like this with like hand gestures, just like point at Raz's flaming hands, point at her carrying companion, point at all of us, and then like shrug, like come on. How do you think
make
this
a
is gonna go?
performance check to use improvised dance as a language.
At being Bedeemed, does she get an advantage on that?
She probably should. They are good at that, aren't they?
Yeah, through sign language, just like gestures and whatnot, I try to communicate that it's done. She's done for. Just give up.
And she's inclined to agree. She drops the spell and lowers but does not drop her hammer. Actually, it takes the what is it called? Like the hold action, whereas if she'd detect some sort of hostile intent, she's going to hit someone with a hammer.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so we are out of initiative.
Debbie
think
still
we-
dragged the hammerhead in on her leg.
Oh, there's still the shark. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we still got the shark fight to go. Yeah, that's kind of comical. Let's even go out of initiative with that. We'll just assume that he's just hanging on and he simply can't get a decent grip. Alright.
I can try to
concentration on-
polymorph him into a mouse, and
That
so
works.
we can just hold him by a tail.
They're kind of cool.
I mean, I'm large size. I can grapple with them, pin them.
Yeah. Carrying a sausage dog.
Can you make him do a whatchamacallit? That thing. You know what I'm talking about specifically.
Wisdom saving throw
Is it Wiz save?
or Constitution? I can't remember.
For what?
Where did the other guy go?
Trying to polymorph him. The other guy's crying in the corner. I wanted to warn him that if he tries to run, he dies.
No, the guard guy.
Oh, he's just chilling back there, probably.
Successfully forgotten about.
Yeah.
I mean, out of curiosity, how hard did the Spirit Guardians blap this guy? Because you sounded surprised. You sounded surprised at how hard it hit him, which means
Yeah, he had 52 hit points and it took off like 27 or something. So.
23. Yeah, it was close to half.
Yeah. The armor class 19 didn't help.
Probably that's a
We
decent amount.
surrender! Don't hurt us! We don't mean you any harm! You surprised us, that's all!
You need to stop shouting. We don't know what's in here.
Alright, so you have walked into a room that glitters with jewels. The whole place looks like it's only been recently breached, and they were in the process of ransacking it. They have a shit ton of jewels.
Can we ask? I want to ask if they found a psi crystal.
What is that?
Did we get a description of it?
We were told like if we touched it, we would know it was the psi crystal. I mean, if we were near it.
Can Sharky Boy also roll a DC 15? I really want to just turn him into a mouse.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Sure. Wisdom, right?
Yeah, I think.
I think it is.
Sweet, he's a mouse now.
Alright.
He's still trying to bite me.
Yeah. He's just following Devi around, trying to bite at her ankles.
He's a hammerhead mouse.
Yeah. Okay, so he's not a problem. Unless someone kills the mouse form of him. Can we try to gather all of them? And just so we can have everyone in the same room?
Yeah, no worries. I'm mucking around with the transmogrifier, so I won't move them, but consider you can put them all into one corner or whatever it is you want to do.
Okay.
So,
How does readying... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what brings you to Drannor? I'm asking this of like the Sembian.
Yes, what brings us to Drannor? Yeah. And the priest who hasn't yet, I don't think, spoken a word, lightning exploding behind her eyes. We come for the broken heart of Talos.
What is that all about?
The broken heart of Talos, but we have not found it, have we? There's every reason to believe that it could be here somewhere.
See, we do not come specifically for this item, so we don't need it, do we? Looks at the rest of the party. I mean, but this means like we won't.
I don't think
take
so.
it if we find it.
I think we need it.
Yeah, it's like if you find like psi crystal, like, you can say like you can leave that. If we find your thing, we'll leave it as well. Like that sounds fair, like.
Mm-hmm.
What does your psi crystal look like?
We also are still looking for a couple other things. Might make sense to team up a bit if we're gonna be at peace.
Mm-hmm. Are they being friendly now, or are they like more scared for their lives and complying? Or they're
The
just
Saga
complying for
seems to-
now?
Yeah, they seem to all be complying, but the fear varies between the
Yeah,
individuals. The shark is not afraid, and
Mhm.
nor is the priest, but the other two are.
He's just trying to lighten the mood.
Yeah. How does preparing a spell work when in a non-combat scenario? Like if I want to just watch for hostility.
Oh, right. Well, unless it's a cantrip, it will be consumed the instant you don't cast it. Yeah. So if it's a cantrip, you can keep it ready at all times. If it's not, then it basically gets consumed if it's not cast within 6 seconds.
We were just.
Oh, okay.
We were just told the psi crystal will know it if we like got near it. So we'll just examine these crystals and we find the one. Like I guess we'll know.
Oh.
What does
You
your
wish to go through our plunder and take your pick?
I mean, just the ones we haven't picked yet. And if we find your one, we can trade them.
Who is the one who's speaking?
The priestess.
Okay. While they're doing that, I'm gonna sheath my hammer and walk over to the swashbuckler dude and extend my hand and say, "Nice shot." As I rub my chest.
Yeah. Doesn't want to take your hand, but he does, and you can see he's waiting for you to crush his arm or to stab him in the side or something. He's waiting for it.
Can I pick up his knife that was on the ground?
Yeah, sure.
And I said, can I look around like at the ones that haven't been picked up yet, and just see if I get that feeling of like which one's like the psi crystal?
They've pretty much taken everything and put it all into a sack. They just grabbed all of the and gathered them all up. So what's left is just shattered glass and display pieces and other things that are more or less worthless. They grabbed everything.
Okay. I'm fine with asking if we can browse what they have and see, just to see if they have it. Also, like, we can also not. Either we can go through their shit or we can kill them. Kind of thing. That's my view on it. But yeah. Is there a way we can convince them to let us just browse through what they've found? Or if they'd be willing to let us see?
Do you put it to them that simply, that straightforward?
Yeah, I would make the case that you attacked us, and we could have quite easily kept going and just finished you off, and then we'd get everything. So
yeah.
I think it's very reasonable that you keep your lives, you keep most of your loot. Just let us look for what we're looking for, take it, and you can be on your way.
Yeah. More than half of them are one spell away from being dead, so. So I guess we can. It's an intimidating persuasion.
How can you claim that we attacked you when you violated the very glyph of warding that I said, please, will you just let them look through the jewels? Just give them their pick of the jewels, woman!
I mean, I don't quite understand that the glyph was invisible.
Yeah, an invisible glyph. And then proceeding to get fireballed. By rights, we should be able to just slaughter you as you and your party just ruthlessly attacked us without speaking.
Kill me, strike me down, and I will haunt you for the rest of your days.
Hey, we're not being violent. I'm just confused. Like, how are we supposed to see the invisible glyph?
Well, look at it this way: if we do kill you here, your quest for the Broken Heart of Talos also ends here. So just let us take what we're looking for, and you can resume your quest.
I will do that. Your words are wise, and I will do that on 2 conditions. First, What these strangers take comes out of your share. And second, you will give me, with all honesty, all truth, all the information that each of you know or have heard, rumors, anything about the broken heart of Talos.
I'm fine with that. Is everyone? What is the broken heart of Talos?
I think it was.
I'm sure
mentioned
we've heard
a
of
while
it.
back. I think it was
Yeah.
vaguely mentioned a while back, but I can't remember any details.
Right. Maybe it's never really. Maybe we've never gone into it. I would have thought so. No, we have not. So she tells you a story. Would you like to hear the story?
Yeah.
Sure.
Nob will
Might as
listen.
well. While we're looking for the crystal, might as well listen.
When the Mulharandi pantheon arrived on Faerun, among them was Bast, goddess of cats, courtesans, and of beauty. Popular within her own homeland, her faith was soon exported, where she became beloved in spite of, or perhaps because of, her foreign nature. Among those smitten by her allure was Talos, who some sages claim to be the human form of Grunch, the orc god. These sages claim that Talos, as Grunch, witnessed Bast during the Orc-Gate Wars and fell in love with her. Regardless of the circumstances, Talos, god of storms and destruction, and Bast, goddess of cats and courtesans, became lovers. Their relationship was suitably passionate and stormy. Between them, they produced a child. He is named Kariki the Thundercat. He is a demigod of cats and of storms and of passion, and his people are the Weemics of the Stonelands. Their love was furious and electric and rough. The god of anger knew pleasure as he had never known before, and the goddess of the erotic, she enjoyed the adoration. But while Bast grew weary of her lover's aggression, Talos's infatuation grew ever stronger until he was consumed. He became jealous, controlling, and violent. And soon Bast's feelings for Talos soured. In a peak of venomous spite, she informed him that while she had enjoyed their dalliance, she had felt only lust and not love. That desire was now dead, and so too was any future they might have had. The god of raging thunder was quietened. He had known love for the first time, only to have it unveiled as an illusion. The heart of Talos broke asunder. He swore never to love anything again, and the god carved his own heart out and tossed it away. Shattered stone fell to Faerun, landing in the unscaring Badlands. But that part of the story has to be admitted. She hasn't heard that part. In time,
What-
so the rest of it she doesn't know. That she gets to the heart of Talos was broke asunder, and that's as much as she.
Why does she think she will find it here?
Because this is a great treasure trove. Perhaps the artisans of Drannor collected it and put it in one of their art stations.
Maybe Cass knows. Can I do a history check and with guidance? I guess?
Yeah, sure.
That's 13.
No, you know only of it in passing. As an object that probably doesn't exist.
Which in D&D speaks it means it definitely exists.
Probably.
Is she confident in the fact that we can tell her where we know that it's not?
She wants to cast Zone of Truth over you to make sure that you're not lying.
Okay.
Divination
So,
spell?
oh yeah, she can't cast it. Does she know that she can't cast? Wait, would she know that she can't cast it?
She wouldn't know that she can't cast it. She hasn't tried. No.
So does she tell us she's about to cast this spell?
Like, or rather, when it comes time for the interrogation, she will attempt to cast it. Then, if not,
Okay. I guess without telling her how we know, I could just say that that spell won't work here.
Why?
Certain spells don't work in the mythalar, in the mythal.
She takes that on face value since she has nothing else to. I guess she could try and cast a spell and it fails, and that
Yeah,
proves
just
the point. If nothing else.
is it do not function or does it go astray?
Do not function, I'm pretty sure.
Do not function, so it's a waste of a spell. You cast a spell and it
Okay.
doesn't work.
Well, that's fine. She wastes a spell slot. Boom.
Think of it as having like a firewall, right? Like you send
Yeah.
a connection, but it just can't get past unless, like you guys, you have the password to the firewall.
Yeah.
And the password is a 9th level
So-
spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. She can she can go ahead and waste that spell slot. That's fine. I'll say nothing else beyond that. That won't work here.
Is she a human?
She is, yeah. Might be Azamar. She's a human or Azamar.
I mean, not an elf.
She's a human, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But she's got the eyes.
What's an Azamash or whatever you said?
Azamar is like a half god or a god-blooded person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they like the ones that are the fallen angel kind of people, or?
They're
exactly like that.
Okay.
they're like the counter to tieflings.
Yeah, they have like a scrap of divine blood in them.
Yeah, I think that you can choose like the subrace to either be on like the angelic side or the demonic side.
That's tieflings. The tieflings are the evil ones, and Azamar are the good ones, essentially.
What's
But
the
there's nothing stopping you from doing it differently. That's the default.
So, like, does your group have a name? Like,
Yeah, they do. They have a good name. No, just kidding. Just don't say any name. They do have a name. I need to find it.
they're the Thunder Boys?
somewhere around here?
Stormfire.
Thunder
There it is.
Boys.
They are Stormfire.
It's rather obvious.
That's pretty good, right? Told you it was a good name.
Can I shrink back to my normal size, please?
Absolutely. And now we are able to go through their booty. We make the agreement that basically what we take comes out of his share, and but without any divination spells, there's some things in here that we just can't identify. I'll tell you nonetheless what you find. First of all, lots of amethysts, lots of pearls, lots of beryl, lots of spinel, lots of diamonds. These are expensive jewels. So maybe the second-rate stuff was kept out the front, and that's all been plundered. But this good stuff has never been discovered until now by these guys, and it's ended up in our hands. So we've got some really expensive jewels here: amethyst, pearls, beryls, spinels, diamonds. We also have a great circular crystalline orb. It's transparent, but distorts light when it goes in there. You know, like a magic mirror. There is a crystalline skull, which looks like it would have had tentacles coming out of its base. Great big orb eyes and a very large brain case. The skull of some alien creature that has tentacles where its mouth should be. And finally, a couple of lions. They're about 6 inches tall, maybe not, maybe about 4, 5, 6 inches tall. These are a pair of regal-looking lions that wear little crowns atop their heads.
Oh, we need one of them. But going over the crystals, does one of them show itself as like different or like special? Because apparently we were told we would know it when we knew it.
I mean, it looks like the skull of some alien creature, but it doesn't jump up and dance or anything.
So like physical inspection doesn't shed any light, I guess.
Oh, so your physical inspection, you pick it up and have a look at it.
Yeah,
and
I'll
that sort of thing?
pick up each gem to see if I get like a special reaction from any of them.
You're picking up none of the gems does anything. Picking the large marble sphere, you can see storms brewing inside it. When you pick it up, there's a small storm going on. It's pretty cool. When you pick up the lions, they don't do anything. They're very weighty, and I think they might be solid gold. And when you pick up the skull, you can make a wisdom saving.
Oh dear.
Dun dun dun.
I'll use my inspiration.
Sure.
Much better.
All
10.
right. You hear a voice in your head. We should be together.
So I can say that again.
We should be together.
Oh,
Take me with you.
are you the Psi Crystal?
I am the Psi Crystal. I am all-knowing. I will grant you great senses that far surpass that which nature hath given.
I think we found Sire Crystal, boys.
The elf's going to be really happy. I think this is the Psi Crystal.
That's the Psi crystal. It looks like a skull.
Well, I mean, it speaks to me when I touch it. So I mean, that's how I know, right?
Can I see?
Hand it to Devi. I mean, if I'm allowed to hand it to Devi, like if the thing allows me to, like, you know what I mean?
Take me with you, it says to Devi. We should be together. I will make you more than you could have ever been without me.
Can I insight the skull?
Absolutely.
14.
It looks like a mind flayer, and it's telepathically communicating.
It's called a psi crystal, huh? That we're looking for?
That's it. I will
It sounds
enhance
kind
your
of like
senses
it.
beyond what is possible.
It's the only thing that reacted
mean,
to touch, and this is the most
it's-
likely place for this to be.
Yeah, like I say we keep it, but I'll shove it in the bottom of my bag. At the bottom of my bag, so I'm not
I'll
actually.
take one of the 2 lions. So I think that's probably one of the figures.
Oh, I know that's what it is as a player, but
No, what?
The 2 figures. He'll just take one of them just in case, and I guess the rest of the treasures we'll leave for them.
Yeah. Did they notice that I picked up the knife from the ground?
Yeah, he's seen it. He hasn't asked for it back.
He hasn't asked for it back. Is he too scared to ask for it? I'm fine with taking it if he's too scared to ask for it back.
He does look like he's too scared.
Fuck yeah, I got a free knife, boys. It's out of his cut, so it fits with her deal.
And he doesn't even get a complaint if he doesn't ask for it back.
Yeah.
Precise.
Yeah, looking in the bag, how many diamonds are there?
5d4.
Wow. Well, I'll take like the biggest one.
Sure, it's worth 1,000 gold.
I can use it for resurrection spells. Or grind it into some dust.
I don't want to be too picky with what we have from their bag, so is that all we're taking?
The figure, the skull, and a diamond, and we'll just plant the bag back in front of them. So I guess they've still got most of it.
Yeah. Do they voice any complaint with what we've taken?
On the contrary, the priest says, "You are remarkably fair."
I mean, like, we're all adventurers. Like, we have a common goal. Like, we don't want to have any bad blood between us.
And you were also able to slay our friend and chose not to, so that's... Mind you did take a little bit of intimidating, but all the same.
can Debbie and her the rat or the mouse, the shark mouse?
You're in the mouth. They're turning back into a shark.
Yeah, I'd turn them back as we're leaving.
So what, Debbie? What are you doing with the mouse?
I hand it to the other cleric of
Right.
here's your bitey friend.
It jumps
He'll
straight
be back
on
in an
Debbie and
hour.
starts gnawing on the
I hold it by its tail and hand it to her.
swing.
It's like, here's your shark.
Puts it in a small box. Yeah, puts it in a jewelry box and closes the lid.
Yeah. He'll turn back in an hour. I'll choose to not release it now.
He will be furious. Perhaps we should be far away from here when he comes out.
Hmm.
So you do not know
Is
where
he-
the broken heart of Talos can be found.
I know. Well, we know that it can't be found in any of the places we've been. Yeah.
I guess I can
So-
quickly I'll go into the other room and just leaf through the Mythalar book, see if it's mentioned at all.
No.
Because I mean, it seems that would be an important enough item to have mentioned in a guide to the place.
So they would have catalogued it, right? Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So you go through important archaeological artifacts and the heart of a god is not listed.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean it's not here. It just means that it's not in the. We could be pretty clear that it might not, because it might have come here after the book was written.
That's all valid points. It doesn't rule it out completely. It certainly makes it seem less likely. Yeah.
We know that it's not in that one castle thing that the other adventuring party near Dagger Falls already ransacked, so we know it's not there anymore. They might have it, but it's not there. It's not in our castle. And we know it's not at the temple in Vunlar.
I'm just curious. What happens if you get this this item? Will you give it back to your god? What happens?
I will carve out my own heart and replace it with the heart of Talos.
That's hot.
I mean, that sounds pretty painful. What will it do to you?
It will either kill me or grant me great power and raise me to the status of a demigod.
I mean,
And when I am a demigod, I shall remember your fairness, and I will destroy your civilization's heart.
but I mean, if I were you, I'd probably get a doctor to do the cutting heart out. I mean, I wouldn't want to die with it right in my hand, because I died because you took your heart out.
It sounds like you lack faith.
I mean, you do you. But I'm just some advice.
Oh, I'm yeah, if you leave the Dales last, fam, just know that I'll be standing there waiting for you when you do get here. But yeah, you have fun.
And I will invite you to join Stormfire.
Do they all just echo it quietly? You hear the mouse just squeak like Stormfire.
It's part of their contract. She snuck it in the small print, and none of them read it.
She says
Yeah.
prestidigitation every time.
Yeah, they're magically bound to say it whenever she says it. Yeah. Stormfire. We're going to be having our own good time in the meantime. Thanks. So, Stormfire.
Be careful of the kobolds. They seem to be infected with the plague that has ravaged the Southland.
Oh yeah, they have. Can only be transmitted through their magical flame, though. So be careful with that.
I see. We killed many of them, but there remain many more.
Well then, guess we got what we came for. Move on.
Because I think that's a door there, isn't it?
I'm not looking where you are looking, but I think that is a door where you're looking. I mean, look
A vault door.
Yeah.
Right here, that is a big door. So that's a big, massive door. And when the Symbian ran over and tried to open it, it would not open.
I guess can I try to open
Have
it?
you tried to open this door?
We have. It appears to be stuck with force that none of us could muster. The shark wanted to bite his way through, and I believe he may have made it if we'd let him.
What happened?
Mhm.
I've been out of audio for like the last 30 seconds.
I noticed there's
There's a
another
big
door.
here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I examine the mechanism and try to like work it like a latch or something?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Would that be? I mean, I don't have proficiency with thieves' tools, so would that be like dex checked?
Investigation.
Okay, guidance.
I have proficiency in thieves' tools if
Um,
we need that.
12.
It is far beyond your skill to work out what's going on here. What the gnomes have done, right, is they've created a massive metal door, big reinforced. Think of it as being a bank vault. More of a semicircle than a circle, but a bank vault is a pretty good understanding of what this looks like. So you've got this very semicircle bulkhead, this huge, thick metal door that operates on a series of winding cogs and dials and not levers and buttons, mostly cogs and dials and gears. And when you get the right combination, presumably that will open the door. It looks impossible, it's probably not impossible, but it looks impossible, particularly when you consider that all those mechanical protections are then backed up with magic.
Can I at least try? I'm proficient in thieves' tools. Would that make me able to like try to figure out the combination?
Yeah, potentially. Thieves' tools is basically the right skill to use.
Yeah, and I'll use
Okay.
guidance on him as he tries.
Yeah.
How?
There you go.
What do I use to make that roll?
In this case, it's probably intelligence if you have it. Yeah, the case might be made for wisdom as well. Yeah, that's pretty good, and it's not
What's
enough.
plus
Plus one
D4?
Plus the D4. 4. Oh.
Look, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is that you've worked out how the mechanisms function, and given enough time, which might be about 10 minutes, you could get this thing open. You'd wheel and dial back and press and fudge. But even if you did that, you won't get past the magical barrier, which keeps it locked. So it's locked with high-tech mechanisms as well as low-level magic.
I mean, that's 50%
Can
of the
we
job
try
done.
to do that and then Debbie can
spell
cast a
magic.
spell magic? Yeah.
You get rid of the arcane locks. The spell magic gets rid of arcane locks, and you're able to figure out the rest of it if you want to spend the 10 minutes.
Also, if Devi
I'm
casts it, wild
fine with
magic.
that.
Yeah, there is wild magic, so D100. And you'll find there was a surge, and for a moment everybody smelled petunias and ducks,
But it worked?
but it worked.
Okay.
Well, then I guess while we try to get this door open for the next 10 minutes, they can go wherever they want, I guess, with no further business with them. Unless they were hoping to get into
Alright,
this
well, they
vault.
want to rest up. Yeah. Well, they did want to know what's up there because it seemed to be important to the kobolds, and they fucking hate the kobolds, and they're kind of worried about the kobolds, to be honest.
And
So they kind of want to wait here and rest up until facing them.
this is like the most highly secured room in like the building. If the heart of a god is here, it's going to be in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the jewelry store, and is it a piece of jewelry? I don't know.
It's a stone. So I guess you can
Right?
precious
Right.
stone.
You can make it right. You can make a case that it might be here. Evidently, it's not. So, but as you point out, if it's going to be anywhere, it might be up there. So they'll remain here, and if you guys start exploring up there, presumably you get through and you start exploring, then they'll just remain here. You seem to have their trust at this point, or at least their fear, and therefore their cooperation. They don't hate you in the way that they hate the kobolds. No kobold present excluded.
In fact, we showed them mercy, so that's the best way to win someone's heart there.
Didn't even take all of their loot. We just took like a handful of it. That's it.
Yeah.
There's still how many diamonds? 5d4 in that bag.
Yeah.
So there's still like tens of thousands of gold worth of jewels in that bag.
And we took 1,000 worth plus the 2 artifact things.
I'm pretty sure we took a cursed item. Like, we'd probably be helping them with that one.
Good point.
Guarantee you that's a freaking cursed item.
It's like we take it to the elf. You're like, oh, he's just like, oh, you bought the Sauron item to us. Why did you do that?
So yeah, did we get it open? If we're spending that 10 minutes?
We will.
Okay.
After 10 minutes, we will.
But is that when we come back next week?
I think that's when we will come back next week. It reveals a long winding staircase with a rich red carpet that scrolls down it, gold trimmed, and it leads up to a rather strange location indeed.
Well, that's going to be fun.
Probably wait for next week.
Cliffhanger!
Well, we can say farewell to the internet. Goodbye, internet.
Goodbye, internet.
Bye, internet.